Yo, welcome in everybody to another Risk of Resources bingo event of the week. I'm Race and I'm here with Disputed. Hello, hello.
Hello. Good to be here.
How
Second
ya?
day in a row.
Second day. Look at you getting your casting hours in,
Not for
man.
you, but for me. Dude, you missed so much yesterday.
I heard. Well, we'll get into that in a second. Quickly, let's touch on who's playing. Let's look at the board, and we'll see what's going on here. So, as always, this is bingo. We have Cabbage and K versus Confused and Sneck. Briefly, let's touch on some tiles real quick before we start, just to kind of get a baseline of what we're dealing with here. Don't feel too overwhelmed with the board. We'll get to it as we go, but the negative tile today is going to be don't take 5 instances of fall damage in one run. How do you feel about that one?
That's a pretty rough one. We did that in practice. I think it kind of depends on the survivor, but I think like that's gonna be maybe tough with NG.
Mm-hmm.
We have the polar mines on Railgunner there, so it's definitely something to be aware of. It is easy to play around though. Just don't take too many stupid risks.
Yeah, it's one of those tiles that looks really bad, especially for people who don't play Eclipse. But hey, if you pay really close attention, it is manageable for sure. One of the
I'm not
other
sure.
ones, huh? Go on.
Is the board updating? Because I see for Sneck and Confused, like it says they don't have the negative tile, but on my end they do.
It'll update in a second. Don't worry.
Okay.
Or it's up there now. So if you see, both teams have the Feather Faller. As always with the negative tile, it's one that you have, and you will lose forever if you mess it up. One of the other ones today, we have Spiced Variety. So we can't have people overlap their items up until stage 5 or through stage 5.
Yeah, we
We
saw that the first time we ran this. That
mm-hmm,
is one of the hardest tiles, at least on that board. This one has some pretty rough ones, I will say.
mm-hmm. There, some of the other ones squeaky clean here. Take less than 150 damage combined on a single stage past stage 1. That one's kind of tough too. You gotta think really hard about how you want to actually get through a stage, and that means no void cradles either. You have to make sure you're. And it's probably best to do it on stage 2. We have a new
Yeah.
tile type as well today. We have a tech tile. So that is do Sawtech actually, which is awesome.
Dude, huge. I mean, you know how I feel about Sawtech.
I've heard. It's this one right here though. Kill an enemy with Sawtech. We also have another tech tile today. Skip a boss enemy that isn't Mithrix.
Which is kind of a confusing mechanic if you're not familiar with it. Basically, it's the same concept as phase 4 skipping Mithrix, where if you have an active hitbox when something spawns in, it will just, for some reason, not count it as a boss. This is why AWU skipping works as well. Now,
Mm-hmm.
normally that's very hard to do because you don't know the position the bosses are going to be in. So with teleporter events, it's just kind of blind. But in this event, they can sometimes replay the same stage multiple times and they'll know ahead of time where that boss is going to be.
Mm-hmm. Also, like Disputed said, we can do it on AWU. So, and we have Siren's Call at least a couple times today. 2 times today, actually, in the next couple loadouts. So they have multiple chances to try to skip a boss, and we'll see how they do it. Another one of the tiles, let's see. Let's keep taking a few looks here, a few looksies around. We need to ping a Void Gup, so make sure you guys keep an eye out for Void Gups throughout the course of the run today. We need to kill a Scav. And we need to fully charge 2 teleporters in one run without leaving the radius. So a lot of like teleporter ones actually today.
Yeah. There's a lot that seem
Oh,
like looping would be beneficial.
one of
Like
the
the
bigger
boss
ones.
one,
Mm-hmm.
killing a scav, ideally is in a loop.
Yeah. They do have Grove today, so they could pull it off without looping, or that specific tile.
True.
But yeah, I imagine they're going to be just going for a loop at least one of the runs. They do have to go to the moon, though. They have 2 tiles to go to the moon. One to pet the frog, and another to bring a fuel array to the moon. Which is kind of a tough one. Oh, and there we go. We actually see red team get a tile down. Hell yeah. First one.
Which one is that?
Following instincts. Keep max stacks of elusive antlers for 60 seconds.
That's a pretty straightforward one.
Yeah, not bad. There's a lot of tiles that are, able to be done between here, between there, just to get them done. And then there's a lot of tiles that are just, you have to really focus a run around it, Also, we haven't really taken a look at the run that much yet. There's a drone man on Snack here. So.
Oh, what?
And there's a laser scope on Confused. So those are the perfect items for those 2 characters, actually. Drone Man for NG,
Yeah.
and the laser scope for Railgunner, with a neat start here.
Hopefully
kind of
team
insane.
Can find those. Oh, and they already failed Spice Variety for red team. So maybe
they just weren't going for it.
Or
yeah, either one.
They're not going for it in a different one, but I hope that doesn't come back to bite them, because you can plan on doing it in a later run, but if you mess up and accidentally pick up the same item, it's over.
Yeah. It's one of the tiles, like, you might think, oh, we have, like, me and Disputer on a team, and then maybe I picked up, like, an energy drink. Maybe if I just scrap it, it goes back to normal, right? And we can do the tile. No, we failed it, and we have to either restart the run or do it on a different loadout. So really got to keep that tile in mind.
Yeah, and there's added pressure, too, in that scenario, because if it's my fault, Race is never going to let me hear the end of it.
Yeah. And, like, that's a very fun tile as a caster, because I get to view the team slowly breaking apart. I get to see people get really mad at each other.
It definitely happened in some of the practice runs, I would say.
There were a few times.
There was a divide, so to speak.
It does look, though, that blue team does have Spice Variety right now. They haven't lost yet, so it looks like they're going for it, which is good. It's one of the tiles, if you're going for it, you want to get it done early. You don't really want that hanging over your head. A lot of reds this stage, yeah? We have a Ceremonial Dagger as well for Cabbage, which is really interesting. And it looks like Kay's going for the Fuel Raid this run, too.
Is the seed correct here? Just have very different items right now. I guess it is.
Just a lot of items.
What was the TP item there?
Infusion, and Snack has both.
Okay. Yeah, alright. I'm liking where blue team is at right now. It's a little bit early. You can see red team going for this speed printer here.
It's very fascinating. The pace is so much different than the races, right? We just got off, Gauntlet racing just yesterday on the channel, and we're here, and, it's been, almost 10 minutes, and we're still seeing blue team on stage 1,
Yeah, well, multiplayer is a whole different beast, because if you rush in multiplayer, the enemies will really outscale you. It happens in single player too, but just not to the same extent. So if you are not careful, you can find yourself in a death spiral. So it is important to take the time to loot up and at least get something going.
And look at this, we actually have a Wisp event on stage 2. So I don't know if this specifically makes any tiles easier for today, but we definitely do have some options here. It probably means, would you think this is easier or harder to not take damage? I think it should be easier with they have Drone Man, right?
It's a good question. Yeah, with full drone man, I think it should be easier.
As long as they don't hit any Void Cradles, they probably will get that tile of the stage.
One thing that does kind of suck. Well, actually, no, they have roll of pennies. Normally, Wisp events are not known for being bountiful with gold,
Yeah,
but if you have pennies, you can farm pretty easily there. You got a Noxious Thorn from TP.
nice. Looks like NG's picking that up, so Snack is trying to get the, there is one to stack a lot of bleed on this board as well. Let's
Yeah,
take a
already
look at what
has
that one
2
is.
daggers as well.
Mm. Yeah, that's stack
Oh yeah,
overflow. Reach 100 stacks of bleed.
is the Noxious Thorn one in this week? I don't
No.
think so.
It would have been a nice one for that, though.
We do have gain 15,000 gold from items in one run.
What's the exact number
So
on that? Let me see.
15,557. Very specific.
Yeah, very cool. I wonder how far along these guys are on that one. But it is interesting to see both teams kind of employ two separate strategies for their run on this one. We have red team doing fuel rate to the moon. They're kind of ditching spice variety. We have blue team kind of go spice variety and just. I'm surprised none of them took the fuel rate though. Maybe they forgot about it. Who knows?
Interesting.
Oh,
I
drawing in
would
the
think
lines
the
done for blue team.
the one you would want to go to the moon on is the Merc and Void Fiend. That was in our second loadout. Reason
Mm.
being, you have built-in skips, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, you know what? It's gonna be interesting. The Void Fiend is gonna turn into a very skill-based challenge for not breaking the negative tile, not breaking 5 instances of fall damage. Especially if the host player isn't playing Void Fiend. If you're the client,
That's
uh,
true.
you have different physics for Void Fiend, so you kind of go up a lot higher. And that's another tile for blue team as well.
Maybe something we should remind them of when they get in the cast.
Mm-hmm. That
So
is
if you're not
following
experienced with that,
instincts.
they can catch you off guard.
And blue team,
And
that was a very quick stage 2 for them, and they got squeaky clean. So like I said, that drone man really just kind of helped out that
yeah,
tile. You know, that
Drone Man
was a lot harder tile than it looks. They got kind of lucky with that one, I'll say it. But hey,
they did get lucky, but also with the Drone Man one, there's a couple that can really help here since they're going for drones. Have 15 player allies at once is a great one, and then affect 10 allies with frenzied buff. So usually a Gorag's Opus.
mm-hmm. And drawing in the lines completed for red team as well. These ones are pretty easy. I should have made that one 3. That's all right though. They get some leeway. If they die, oh, looks like red team just failed squeaky clean here. So this was their. Oh, did one of them hit a blood shrine? Maybe.
Oh,
Tough. Because that was probably one of the easiest stages to get it done on. But
yeah.
honestly, with Drone Man on the field, I wouldn't be surprised if they got it done stage 3. But we'll see.
I'm not happy about it.
That is kind of a little rough mess up there. You got to keep in mind those things.
See, blue team pushing ahead a little bit here.
We're
I
actually
think
seeing
they're
red
just
team
looking
take
to
a
draw.
portal somewhere. They're going into the bazaar. As a reminder, each team has a few minutes in the bazaar where their timers pause, so they can kind of confer about strategy and think about things a little bit there.
Ooh,
It's a clover
Clover.
in soup. So this is what they were trying to
Something
do. There
unique.
is a tile today to have all players on their team poisoned, and they were looking for the dream for sulfur pools.
Ah,
They did not find it though.
interesting. Unlucky. Clover could be really nice if you're going for the bleed one,
Oh,
especially
for
if you know
sure.
you can rely on Drawn Man.
Hmm. Do we have any equipment-based tiles today that aren't just fuel array? Oh no. We do have
Um,
an elephant for Snack though, and a card for Confuse, so. Oh, the Frenzy of the Grags
well,
Opus,
there's
that's right.
yeah, the Gopus one, and there's activate 3 unique equipments in 4 seconds.
Oh, true.
Bomb right.
That one should be very actually easy for blue team right now. They have a pretty good setup for that. They have
Yeah,
a
I like the
card.
tiles.
Huh?
I was just gonna say, like the tiles that blue team has right now gives them a lot of potential for bingos later on the diagonals as well as that 4th column.
Oh, and they did it. They completed Swiss Army Knife. Look at that. We had a lot of trouble in the last bingo event with people trying to get that one done.
Oh, Sawtech as well. That's another equipment one.
Oh, true, true, true. You're right. And that is, it's already 5-3. It looks like red team is leaving the blue portal now, though. Let's just go look at the main board real quick. We'll just look at K and Confused play for a second. Let me refresh that board. There we go. It looks like blue is setting up for that diagonal, the downward diagonal. All they would need now is to kill a scav and to pet the frog, which are kind of conflicting tiles here. One requires you to loop, one does not. So maybe that's something they'll look at more long term. I'm not really sure. Maybe they're gonna go for that 4th column bingo as well. They need to do Sawtech. They need a trophy on his tricorn. That's another one they need for equipment actually. And then they need to find a Void Gup. So we'll see. But it definitely looks like blue team is a little bit more set up for diagonals here.
Yeah, red team not that far behind though. They're just missing a few of those tiles.
The thing is, I'm
I think
just
both of
worried
these
about
they can get.
spice variety being something they have to focus on way later if they want
That's
that
true.
one.
I really hope they get the fuel cell one this round. You know, the thing is though, when you take fuel cell, that takes up one of your 2 equipment slots for the team. So if you want to skip pillars,
right.
that pretty much means you need to find Vase.
Yeah. Or I mean, could just do pillars. Doing pillars with fuel array isn't ideal, but
It takes a lot of time.
yeah. And this is
And
kind of
sometimes you can get
unfortunate.
away.
No, go on.
Depending on like the Mithrix tile, if it's like charge pillars, or like kill a perfected, for instance, you can get away with just going there. But where it's pet the frog and leave via the ship, they have to complete the entirety of Moon.
Yeah, and if you have the fuel array on your back, that's really hard. What they can do is really cross their fingers and hope that they can switch out their equipment on the moon via the lunar pods, get like a lunar equipment. That could definitely help. Because all you have to do is just get to the moon with the fuel array. We are about to enter in Siren's Call soon. I'm curious to see whether they're going to try to go for the AWU skip here. That would be really cool to see it happen.
That would be cool.
All right, looks like blue team is getting ready to leave. We see K is trying to build up some more bleed as well. They do have the cards, so they can set up for Swiss Army Knife. They can activate 3 equipments in 4 seconds with that.
Oh, true. I think the bleed one is going to be pretty difficult to get, especially if you're going for it on NG, because Drone Man is just gonna
overpower,
take out whatever you're fighting.
It's gonna have to be maybe on the commando loadout later, I think. The last one of the day.
Later.
Oh, they can always just use Crowdfunder.
A Crunder thing as well, yeah.
Cabbage found Recycler as well. I don't know what he's thinking about rerolling just some equipments here. Yeah. And they got Swiss Army Knife. Red team. Really good job. Red team is not far behind here.
So I wonder what blue team is thinking right now. If they're going to go for a looped run or they're going to fight Mithrix.
That is the question. They can go either way, honestly. But I feel like they're going to go to Mithrix when and only when they have the Fuel Ray. Maybe they're just not going for that tile. That's something we consider sometimes too. Just like, you don't have to get every tile, and you probably won't. So maybe just sacrificing some lines to just go for a better build is just more in line with it. There is a gun, by the way, on blue team right now, which is
Now,
good for the tile. Use a gun and leave behind the reward. It kind of sucks though, because if they use it on AWU here, they can't get Empathy Core Drone Man if they want to
can
get
they
that
pick up
tile.
red? Does
They
that count as
can
a
pick up a red. I think it's just the boss item.
Okay.
But that is the obviously it's the best combo of items in the game, and to have a tile that basically just tells you, hey, leave it.
Yeah,
It's kind of sad.
some additional allies as
Oh,
well.
it looks like Snek is gonna try to skip here. Oh, missed the shuriken timing on that one. They do use the gun though. Are they going to pick up
What is
the? It looks like they're leaving it. I think Snek is just like, hey, our build is good enough. We don't really need it, which is fair. But man, it hurts.
Maybe they'll get it from TP. Never know.
Maybe. It's definitely possible. I liked the attempt there to get the AWU skip, but this wasn't in the cards. There are a lot of... I mean, we have Artie coming up later in the last loadout of the day. Oh, it's not Ice Spear, but... And we have some more options to skip AWU. We'll see if it happens. Also, for the gun achievement, it gives it to you when you exit the stage. So they have to make sure not to accidentally walk on that beautiful Empathy Core on the ground.
That'd be tragic. They accidentally picked it up.
Yeah, that's why like it's one of those items or one of the tiles that's a little bit of a trap, because like if you use the gun, oh, we have 15 allies at once on blue team already.
I bet they're close to that.
Yeah, boom. Because if you use the gun in a boss teleporter circle, it leaves this mine on the ground that you just don't want to touch. So
I do think blue team is smarter to loop here, especially if they don't find a Gorag's Opus on the next stage, because they're not going to want to buy all of these drones again or have to get that again.
Oh, there is Soulless control units for the TP. There is another laser scope on the ground next to TP on stage 4. And there we go. Actually, red team got squeaky clean on that stage 3. So it turns out Cabbage's mess up with the Blood Shrine wasn't the end of the world.
Are falling a little bit behind blue team here. I think they should be able to get the allies one as well.
Mm-hmm. It just works so well for NG.
The Tricorn was in an adaptive chest?
I did not say that.
Okay.
I think it's just here on the stage somewhere. A lot of goodies here, though. Oh, and there it is. It's on Cabbage. It's just in a equipment barrel. Cabbage ended up taking the recycler as well, which I find kind of interesting. They remembered to take the fuel ray, right? It was on K.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's on the ground there.
They didn't.
Okay, I think he swapped it already.
I don't know, because the recycler was last stage. All right.
I just want to make sure. I do want to see red team try to skip AWU here. It looks like they're trying to find the eggs to set up for it a little bit. Oh, we got empowered for blue team as well. They really collected, and to get that done, While Spice Variety is active as well, is pretty impressive. All the buffs went to Sneck, basically, every single buff type item. And then there we go, we have
Yeah.
Guilty Conscience for blue team as well. The Tricorn one.
See, now the
Man,
professionals are playing. It's not just
yeah.
me and Dan.
No, I love the devs. They did an awesome job, especially for what I can imagine is like their first time streaming, especially to that many people, right? Um, but I mean, we have some people who are good at bingoing today. Not
I
to
mean,
throw
their
any shade
Aegis
or
print
anything.
was pretty epic.
Oh, and there's leader inspiration for blue team as well. They got the Gorag's Opus on stage 5. Perfect, actually.
Whoa. Blue team is
So
crushing it right now.
let me just look at the board real quick and have that update. All right. Look at how many options for bingos that blue team actually
Yeah,
has here.
2 away
Y-
on, I think, 3 fronts here.
Yeah, if only they did the fuel rate to the moon, they would have had the last column pretty much done. They haven't done any Shrines of Combat yet, as far as I could tell.
Ooh,
And
there
then
is
if
a
they
void
do
print.
Sawtech and find a Void Gup, that is done with the 4th column. So they're kind of moving.
It
There's a
seems like they're,
Polyloot on Confused as
yeah, they
well.
void cradle as well. So I do gup spawn on the stage.
I don't remember. I know Gup events can happen.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Maybe not. Like, I don't remember seeing them that often.
We definitely have um we definitely have a lot of options for Gup today though on some other stages, but also something to consider maybe looping for, something like that. If you can't find it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really hoping, I'm crossing my fingers that blue team remembers to not pick up the same item and get done with this stage so they don't have to think about Spice Variety anymore. They can just pick
Yeah.
up whatever items from here on out.
One thing as well, for Codebreaker, enter an artifact code from any of the tablets into the artifact terminal. Now, I think the easiest one is the one in the bazaar.
Mm-hmm.
Blue team has not gone to the bazaar this run. Red team has. That
Well,
might be one that they can
blue
get.
team, I think they did look at it on Verdant Falls, the new one that spawns in the
Okay.
Newt Cave. We'll see if they remember to do that though. A custom rule for bingo is that to interact with the artifact portal has to be after the teleporter. So we'll see if they remember the code long enough.
You can see him going for combat shrines there. Getting an Imp Overlord as the boss, which is amazing. That also helps out with the 15 bosses tile.
Oh, nice. Wonder how far blue team is along on that. I mean, and every single combat shrine from here on out is just like, just helps.
As well as being its own tile.
Oh,
It's 4
red
shrines of
team.
combat in one run, right?
Yeah. Red team got popular, 15 allies at once. Easy peasy. And Cabbage just picked up a Void Sent. I'm curious why he didn't want to re-roll that one, but
Another combat shrine for blue team here. Red team.
and there we go. They got
Stage
Guilty
5.
Conscience for red team as well for the gun use.
Nice. Hopefully they don't lose it. That one would suck.
There is another gun. There is, I think the Gorag's Opus is in that tri-shop that Kay is looking at, actually. Hopefully they find it. And it looks like they want to go after another gun for another chance at Solus Empathy Cores here. They might miss out on the inspiration tile. But we'll see. Confused popping an elixir, but doing okay. Almost got blasted by a Solus. A little bit rough.
I feel like blue team team's got to be close on the combat shrine one. I've seen them hit at least 2 combat shrines this stage.
Yeah. It looks like they only need one more. I saw a confused tab and
Yeah.
I saw the progress. So
Like 20
there's
minutes
this
to
chant shrine that drops some items there, and they're trying to be very careful about who gets what because they don't want to break Spice Variety. They're just like, dude, you pick it up. I don't want it.
Yeah, breaking that on stage 5 sucks. But it's good to get that out of the way early. And red team is going to have that hanging over their head for the next run.
All right,
You see,
teleporter
they did
time
loop
for
the
blue team.
They did loop the teleporter here for blue team.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. I wonder if they're gonna go in the Embry, or at least look at it. Looks like red team just got leader's inspiration as well. Got the frenzy buff on everybody. And there we go, 15 bosses for blue team. They didn't even have to loop for that tile.
Yeah, they got some extra ones there.
Yeah, there were some
Oh,
mountain
and
shrines
empathy
as well.
cores? What?
Wow, what a run.
Oh yeah, is that from the gun or just like a TP drop?
It looked like just a TP drop, but no one has a gun in their inventory. By the
And
way,
it
we
looks
have
like
yeah,
I
we
think
have
red team did drop the fuel array.
no, they brought it to this stage, but K swapped it with the gun. We also do have
Oh,
20
okay.
minutes left in this loadout, so
Yeah.
this has been one of the most productive first loadouts we've seen, actually, in any bingo testing or anything like that. So, with 3 more loadouts today, do you think there could be a full board clear by anybody?
Maybe. I think stage 1 drone man definitely played a large factor in this.
Yeah,
Helped them with so many tiles. And they don't really have to worry about survivability at all.
Mm-mm.
Like they might have to in future runs. Hopefully this doesn't make them too confident in
Yeah,
their
we'll see.
abilities.
I mean, it's definitely possible that in the upcoming runs, something just happens and we see a team just kind of lose a bunch of their tiles. So, looks like Confuse is going after a legendary chest up top here on stage 5. I wonder if they are going to go Artifact Portal here. I'm still wondering. Electric Boomerang, huh? Seems kind of like a Sneck item, but Sneck is kind of far away. Ooh, don't pick that up,
I don't
Sneck.
like it.
Oh,
Doesn't matter at this point.
yeah, probably not.
Drum parts empathy cores will just do all of their work for them.
And another gun in an equipment barrel there.
Now, if a drone kills a boss, does that count against you for the boss tile?
That's a good question. I don't think it should. All right, so we're looking at Confuse. It looks like he hopefully does remember the custom code that we found this run. As a reminder, all artifact codes. Oh, he wrote it in the chat there. You can see that. All the artifact codes in this entire mode are new and randomized. And so you have to actually go in and find a tablet to know to learn a new code, and it changes every single run. So
You just trial and error guess.
yeah. And there we go. We got Codebreaker for blue team. Really good job.
Red team not too far behind though.
No, but I mean, blue team's just getting so many tiles. Thing is, no one's gotten a bingo yet. As soon as someone gets a bingo, it's definitely going to change the way, the scores are played out. It may look like, one team may be ahead or behind at some point, but anything could change in a moment.
I think blue team's about to get spiced variety, which leaves them 1 away from a bingo on that diagonal. And the top right one is bringing a fuel array to the moon. So they're not going to be able to get that one this run, but it is definitely one they're going to want to go for.
Yeah, it's really that fuel array that's holding them off of 2 bingos, honestly. That's tough.
And it'd be nice if they could get the combat shrine one here. And there they go. They got Codebreaker.
Yeah, for red team. Beautiful. Red team's looking pretty good too. They do have the fuel ray, so I mean, it's gonna be a lot easier for red team, I think, because they got the fuel ray so early. As long as they make sure to pick it up right now. But I mean, how many of our other runs are gonna have Empathy Core Drone Man, you know? Uh-oh. Oh my god. Confused. Don't pick that up. Or maybe you do. I don't know. What does Snake have it? They're just like they didn't want to touch it. They're like, I don't know.
Just leave it. Better safe than
And
sorry.
Spice Variety done. That is by far one of the hardest tiles we have.
Yeah.
Have fully unique items between you and your teammate for 5 full stages. So, really good job.
Another one blue team could go for here is Toxic Friend Group.
Oh,
that
true.
is have all players with the poison debuff simultaneously. They get to stage 3 here, Dream. I don't know. Does it tell them what the stage is going to be if they press tab?
Yeah, the stages on the tab list show loop. They show the next 4 stages. So it doesn't matter which stage you're on, it will show you the next 4.
Okay. And Snack grabbing a bunch of wraps there. I wonder if they're going to try to go for the gold one, Investor, 15k gold.
It's like they might.
It is something that I think penny scales as you get into the later stages. So
yeah.
And a Krunder as well. So maybe they can go for the bleed one. I think that's still going to be really difficult.
Call me crazy. I think there could be a situation where they literally scrap Empathy Core Drone Man to try to get the bleed tile. If they had enough bleed for it. I don't think they should do it now, but I think it's definitely possible.
Keeping an eye out for a cloak chest as well. Not one that you can play around a ton.
Oh, red team
just kind of if it
just
happens,
got
it happens.
Fuel Ray of the Moon. Bada bing, bada boom. The thing about the cloak chest one, you have to be very active in how much you're looking around while teleporter's active. You really need to like start paying attention because like they are there, and it's more than likely that you'll find there will be one on a stage that you're playing on today, especially if you're going pretty quick. But so easy to miss. Man, look at that damage. Crazy. I'm kind of curious if K is gonna... Oh, and there we go. 15 enemies in 2 seconds. Blue team got screen wipe. And that leaves
already
them, again, 2 away from another bingo in the middle column.
Both of these teams have cleared like half the board so far. So I think this is going to shake out very interesting in the final loadout. I think we'll have very close to a blackout, if not actually see one.
I mean, if we see a blackout, I think the day just ends, by the way. So let me just look at that board real quick. Let's see what are the big ones that blue team is missing here. They have to go Pet the Frog, Fuel Ray for sure. Doing a boss skip. Have 3 debuffs on yourself. Kill a scav. They have to find sulfur pools. Get the bleed tile. Find a void gup.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
hopefully they can get the scav one here.
Definitely things that are possible though.
I think the scav one is going to be pretty difficult after this.
Yeah.
We do see a difference in strategy here. One team opting to loop, one team going to the moon.
I love to see that though. It's very interesting. I love the gauntlet races, and it's very cool to see everyone on, maybe on the same stage at once going like as fast as they can. But it's also very interesting to see one team on the same seed go somewhere entirely different.
Mm-hmm.
And we're looking at a blue team consider the Clover.
Oh, they're close on that combat.
Oh my god! Confused just dropped 3 bans as Railgunner on the Clover for Sneck. That was
They're
the unluckiest
okay.
roll I think that could have. Oh no. He only had bans. Never mind. He doesn't have that many items. He chose to give up all those bans for Sneck there for the bleed achievement.
Which I think normally would be a really bad decision, but
And
you
the
have
core
the
drone
empathy
man.
cores drawn man.
Yeah.
I think 2 empathy cores even. Oh no, I don't know.
No.
Is that the other team? That
Yeah, the other
that's
team
the other
has 2.
team.
It's just fascinating.
So I think they are going for that bleed one.
Yeah, that's why
One more
Sneck
combat
didn't
triangle.
want to lose anything, because he wanted to make sure he kept the bleed daggers, which he has 4 of now. That
Actually,
plus the Noxious Thorn. I mean, we're looking at very high bleed.
we're also looking at the Gome as well. That's going to help a lot with the 15k gold one.
Oh, true. And red team is actually
2
entering
burst
the Mythics fight right now too, and K still has that fuel ray, so we could see K maybe die here. Hopefully not. They have Ember the Corridor Man, but
Yeah. I mean, this is a good run to do the Fuel Array one on.
yeah.
It's so breezy. I think blue team might struggle.
I don't think anyone has really taken a lot of fall damage either. And maybe I see a tiny bit of progress on blue team there on that tile, but
Yeah. And this is the hard one for that. Well, we'll see how Void Fiend goes, actually.
mm-hmm. Just something to think about the entire run though. All that throughout the whole day. Oh, we see Gup here on Wetland Aspect for blue team. I wonder if there's gonna be a Void Cradle somewhere. That's what they're looking for. Trying to keep that
Keep
Gup
the drones
alive.
away from it.
Man, this
Oh,
is
they're shooting
insane
it.
how many tiles we're seeing being taken out already. It's really gonna come down to like the last couple of tiles probably, and just yeah, we'll see.
Snack recycling that Crunder.
Yeah, that seems kind of like a mistake to me personally, especially if you're going for
I,
the bleed one.
I do think, like, at this point, scrapping empathy cores and drone parts could be huge.
I think it makes sense. It's
I
great
wonder
if
if they're
you're
going to hit
just
the
want to
needle
win,
here,
but you know,
which that's going to be very expensive lunar coin wise if they have to dream for sulfur pools here.
yeah.
So they already just went to the bazaar.
They did just pick up a lunar coin though. Confused it on the stage. That's a good point. I haven't really seen any lunar coin barrels, or that many of them anyway. Oh, you know what? I think blue team is kind of trying to fish for saws as well.
Yeah. I think so as well. The Sawtech and the bleeding one. Yeah, there's some potential synergy there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it looks like
They're
blue team is paused. So we'll swing over to red team's POV for a little bit. Just looking at them. So the thing is, red team has 10 minutes left. Right now, one of them is trying to get to the frog and pet it, which is really, really important, and get back to the ship in time. I don't know if they'll have enough time to do this. Maybe. But Cabbage is going for it. They
so not
have
great pullouts.
2.5 minutes to charge the ship fully and get back to the ship and leave. That's hard.
Bit
If
of
they
a
do
mobility
win
catch.
here, by the way, or if they beat the run and leave on the ship, they might have a few minutes left they can use to restart the same seed. Oh, and stack overflow for a blue team. They got the 100 bleed. I don't even think they had to try that
Oh,
hard.
beautiful.
And they got investor back to back.
There we go. Yeah, that Gome is, I bet, helped out a lot there.
Look at how close they are to a bingo.
Look how close they are to clearing the board. Without
I
one.
know. Cabbage is on his way back. A minute and a half left. K, for some reason, just stood outside of the ship charging. I don't know why he was doing that, but that might contribute to them actually losing here if they don't
Die here.
come back to
And
the
if
ship
they
in time.
can't do that, they do lose a tile, right?
Yeah, they die. So
Oh, Cabbage killing himself.
so that I see
He can
he
discharge.
didn't want to get back to the ship because it would have taken too long, so he killed himself with a Void Reaver so that K could do it a little bit faster.
Which is cool. Very marginally faster, though.
Yeah, I guess they just wanted to make sure. But good job for them. They got I think, in my opinion, 2 of the hardest tiles done. Pet the frog and get the fuel right to the moon in one run at the same time. So good for them. We saw that blue team didn't try to dream for sulfur pulls here, actually.
They just need one more combat shrine. They're so close to that one. And I'm not sure what their next stage is, but hopefully they can get a scav here.
Yeah, I want to see a blue team hold tab a little bit here so I can see the stages, but no scav yet, which is really unfortunate. I think they're just going to try to blitz through the stages as fast as they can at this point, just to try to get one. Because I know they don't want to feel forced to loop again.
Yeah, and this run is so free. So one thing that red team could actually go for here is a boss skip if they remember where the boss spawned on stage 1.
Oh, true. They really just got to think about that one. Like, it's a tech that's mainly used in prismatic trials to go really fast. And I mean, Cabbage is a prismatic trial player. You can just skip a boss if you know where it is, and then just leave the stage. So maybe he was thinking about that. And he's like, "Oh, we gotta kind of remember this if we can finish this run." They have 7 minutes left. Restarting the seed here, so we'll see.
And I don't think there's too much else they can go for here in that limited amount of time.
Let's consult the board. So for red team, I mean, obviously rain check. Maybe they can go for Munchausen's. Try to get 3 unique debuffs on yourself. All they would need to do is keep a Glacial and a Fire Elite alive, and then just get hit by both, which they could totally do. Oh, and they found a cloak chest. Blue team did. Look at that.
Oh.
Awesome.
Wow.
Dude.
They're crushing right now.
Blue team is just clearing the board, man. It's kind of crazy.
We're not going to have an event.
No, dude. I need to make these tiles so much harder on them, is what I've learned.
There's a have someone go in there and sabotage them.
Okay, so we do have blue team on Siren's Call once again. So I'm really curious to see if they could pull off an AWU skip here, actually. And no scav yet either. Oh, there's so many things they could still do, and they still have the board just like, it's so full, man.
One easy way you can get the boss skip or the AWU skip in multiplayer is you kill an enemy with a fireband, like right where AWU is going to spawn. You can just tell your teammate, "Hey, break the egg right now," and it'll just instantly, in the same way that Phase 4 works.
Oh, Confused died, so hopefully Snack doesn't die here. If Snack dies, that is -1 tile for blue team, which probably is what red team needs right now, but...
For sure.
Just play it safe,
Our
play
blue
around the
team
drones.
breaks the negative tile at any point, things will change.
That is true. If one team doesn't have the middle tile, I mean, look how many bingos are going to be lost, right?
Yeah.
Potential bingos. So, you lose 4 bingos, or the chance for 4, so.
But we'll see. Like, we do have loadouts like this sometimes where you just get a million tiles, but we also have loadouts like the first one in the first event we ran where it's just this cycle of death and you start breaking tiles if you overestimate your
Yeah.
capabilities.
I mean, we have to remember we had drone in the core of this run.
Yeah.
So
This run was guaranteed to be great from the start. I don't think they were ever in much danger, and they didn't get the skip. Unfortunate.
that
And
sucks.
running out of time to find that scav, hit that combat shrine.
It looks like red team is gonna try to prep here for the boss skip. I mean, they're sitting around teleporter. They're definitely thinking about it. Oh, Shrine of Combat for blue team. They found it.
There you go. Do we have a scav here?
God, I've never seen such board clearing, man.
I know.
It's crazy.
That damage is nutty.
And there it is. We have the champ done for blue team.
Beautiful.
Look at how close. Oh, and Confused died to a Malachite there. So Snek has to stay alive for 2 minutes. I think that's possible. If you look at just the board,
Definitely.
look, the blue team has an option to get the top right endangered species. They've seen a Void Gup. They need to go to Silver Pools. Still need that scav, but
Yeah.
oh, and they have a saw. Wow. If they can pull off saw tech on something, this is a great platform for it too, right here where they're at. Just try to get an enemy up here and then jump down.
Those drones are
Yeah.
making it difficult though.
Ooh,
Cabbage, I think, is going for the debuffs one right now.
Yeah.
I think that's what was going on.
What a crazy first loadout for blue team, man. It's so crazy as well how they don't have a single bingo. Look at how it's like almost impressive that they they hit so many tiles without getting 5 in a row anywhere.
They're dodging them.
That's wild. Yeah, I think red team still is just trying to go for the debuffs, but oh, they're keeping the Beetle Queen alive so they can get the Beetle Queen debuff. Look at Cabbage here. And he just needs to get hit by a Fire Elite or something. That's all he's looking for. The Beetle Queen debuff's a good one to use. And they have a minute to find some enemy that gives a debuff. Hopefully they could do it.
I think is done here. I saw him try to go for that saw attack, but
10 seconds left for blue team as well.
Saw attack it.
Well, amazing job for blue team, honestly. That was
really good.
Extremely good. Let's bring them in here and let's talk about their run while we watch the last bit of red team here. Hey, dude, you guys gotta slow down. We don't have much board left. All right.
I know.
That's crazy. And you guys got so many tiles and not a single bingo somehow. You have like the max amount of a board that you can possibly
Yeah.
get without actually having one. It's crazy.
I can see
17
I can see
tiles.
one
There's like one more
like,
tile, yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. You guys did a really good job though. Very good.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
well done.
There was so many
No
good calls
scavs.
from Confused. Like he was like, oh yeah, you can go scout the stage 3 to see if there's a combat or a cloaked. Right at 90%. I'm like, okay, yeah, that's a good call. And then we find a cloak chest. Like that is crazy.
Dude. Very impressive. Let's
Let's
bring
get that one
in
out of the way.
Awesome.
Red Team right now as well. They just finished up. Hello, Red Team.
Yeah, what's up?
How was Loadout 1?
Boring.
Yeah.
German man, huh?
It was alright. I had fun.
That was thrilling.
I was
What do you mean?
AFK, but I had fun.
You guys, two of the hardest ones. You guys got the Feel Rate of the Moon and Pet the Frog on the same one, which is really cool. You guys missed out on looping. Did give a little bit for Blue Team. They got some. You guys missed out on Spice
cool.
Variety though on Infusion
Yeah, we
stage
were
one.
not
It's easy. No, that's planned.
Okay, just making sure.
No,
Overall,
like it's
Mhm.
actually everything is going according to plan. Like we
Okay.
never need to go to Mythics again. We have 2 runs to clear the rest. It's actually I'm pretty sure we get like 4 board.
Have you looked
Okay.
at the board yet?
Hoping, but yeah.
No, we get 4 board. And well, if we don't get like sauce, then it's impossible. But other than that, we get 4 board.
Dude,
Okay.
that was so unfortunate. I had the saw attack on the grandparent, but it didn't count.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
bugged.
Skill issue.
Might have been like me proccing bleed or like the through the wall electric
No,
boomerang.
it's just a bug tell. You just ignore
It
it.
might have been skill issue actually.
did you kill the
Well-
grandparent with it?
I think I did.
Okay.
It's like kind of hard to hit it
Kinda
from where I
hard
was
to
doing it
judge.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Overall, though, extremely good job from both of you guys, like both teams. You guys,
Okay.
I need to make the tiles harder, is what I've learned today. So
Yes.
Absolutely.
a lot harder.
Yeah, but-
Anyway, you guys can go confer with your teams and start in. I'll give you 2 minutes, and we'll start the next
on the
loadout.
hour. It's on the hour. It's on the hour.
No, that's too much time, man.
Okay. So 58.
Yeah,
We already know our plan, so we're good.
That's not 2 minutes, so that's a minute 20.
that's okay. You can start
I
on
mean,
that time.
I know that plan too, so we're good.
Can we make it 59?
Get out of here.
Okay.
You have to be very specific with cabbage.
I have to leave myself. Dude,
Yeah.
Good luck.
All right. Good luck, guys.
Like,
Good luck.
Dude, we're not. We need more board. We need just like to drag the
We
board,
do.
make a double sized or something.
Yeah, make it a 6x6.
Yeah. I mean, we might see a situation where at the loadout 3, blue team is just trying to find like 1 or 2 tiles and that's it. Just has like a very singular minded kind of goal, just trying to finish off like their last tile or something. I don't know. It could just be that.
I think it. I don't know. I don't think we're gonna see another one like that. I could be wrong, but when you don't have to worry about survivability at all, and you can solely focus on clearing the tiles,
Mhm.
it makes sense that this is what we see. But I don't know. I think these next loadouts might be harder.
I mean, they might. I mean, looking at the next loadout, actually, we have Merc and Void Fiend. And like we were talking about earlier, this is gonna be the loadout where we're testing the negative tile here, right? We're like, will people take
Mhm.
fall damage? If they do, and like one team loses the negative tile, takes 5 instances fall damage, again, that's 4 bingos that they cannot get anymore. And that means the other team could totally just take the lead. You look at blue team now and you're like, oh, there's so much in lead, but if they lose that one, what then? What are you gonna do? It's like blue
Yeah, that-
team is
it does
starting up
really hurt 'em.
first.
They're still close to multiple bingos, even if they do lose it, though.
Yeah, it just does leave room for red to come back though, which makes sense. Oh, they're paused. I'll just go to the full screen here. I wonder if they're going to. I wonder who's host with each character. I hope they figure that out beforehand. It looks like blue team is going to confer with Gorak about something, so let's just watch red team for right now. since they're not playing.
Fiend should definitely be hosting this one.
I agree. I mean, in addition to the weird physics that Void Fiend has, just having so many projectile things, you know, like the M2 and
Mhm.
stuff, just makes sense.
Slicing Wind's a little rough on ping, but it's okay.
Yeah, it seems fine. So already loadout 2, we have for the stages, we have Roost, Aphelion, RPD, Grove, and Helmet. So maybe on Grove we see the Scav if people go slow enough. You'd have to spend 30
Mhm.
minutes-ish. Well, actually, I don't know. It's 30 minutes for single player, but I don't know the values for multiplayer if that changes. There might be more of a chance at a Scav on Grove on this run than normal runs.
Yeah, and I'm also not sure if that was affected when they changed the spawn pools in like one of the recent updates.
You can still get Scavs there. That's what
I
you're
know you can
asking.
still get scabs, but I don't
Okay.
know if like the timing for it is the same because they made it like an enemy pool based thing.
Yeah, I'm not totally sure. It looks like, by the way that red team is pinging items on the ground at this point, it looks like they are going for spice variety here. Reminder, fully unique items between each teammates. Can't pick up the same item across team members. So blue team does not have to worry about that. They're probably like, whew, thank God we can just pick up whatever we want. It's such a nice tile just to get rid of early.
Red team was talking a big game. We'll see if they can actually follow through.
Maybe this is the run where like they loop and they get like all the tiles that a blue team got. So
Just won't have drone parts to carry this time. Probably. I don't know that for certain.
I mean, even if they do get drone parts with NG is crazy. Like they had the perfect
It
run
is.
for that. Looks like both teams are going after the Halcyon Knight here, just to try to get out of the stage early. As a reminder, there is the tile to have all team members poisoned, and there are no sulfur pools on the standard stage list for any of these runs. So they're gonna have to spend some lunar coins to try to get that today. Oh, please don't die to the Halcyon Knight. Okay, Snipe got it. It's a little scary. As far as coins go, we haven't actually seen a lot of coin spending. We still have 9 coins on red team, and we still have 9 coins on blue team, actually. So they're pretty even on that front. Ooh, there's an electric boomerang in the green blessing. The Halcyon Knight blessing there.
Okay.
Interesting. And we have Void Crit. I wonder if someone's going to take that. K taking Void Crit on Void Fiend. What do you think about that?
Interesting.
That's what I think.
Very interesting.
I think that's interesting. I don't know that I've seen that before. Star as well on blue team. Oh, we have it on Cabbage as well. It looks like Cabbage is picking up everything. And K is like becoming just a husk. Maybe they're going for the Cabbage carry here on just trying to
See,
get as much power as
you
possible.
can do that. And it can work out really well. We kind of saw that in the last run with blue team where they just put everything on NG. But it can also really backfire if the person that has all of the items dies and
it's
it's
over.
left to the person that has nothing.
You know what's interesting? I think this is their plan for tackling spice variety. They're just like, we don't need to look at each other's items if I have all the items. So, I mean,
Interesting. I feel like that is maybe better in theory than in practice.
I agree. I think you're right that something could go horribly wrong here. This is a bold move. I think it's a very on paper strategy. So we'll see. Blue team is out to stage 2 though already. I mean, with what I think are kind of better builds here. So
Yeah.
I like I love the boomerang stage 1 though. That was quite a treat.
I think judging by the projectiles, it looks like Cabbage is hosting here, which makes
Hmm.
sense because they're putting all of the items on him.
Okay.
But that does make me worry about that fall damage tile a little bit on K.
Yeah, if he clicks shift, he's going to have to M2 cancel the fall damage every time perfectly. And the M2 is also delayed, right? So there's like, not only do you jump higher with the shift, but it's also just a delayed interaction again. So fingers crossed that that doesn't break their negative, but
You also want to be careful with trimping with Merc here because
yeah.
LOL.
Yeah. Even if you think you're okay, sometimes you still do take a tiny bit of damage. Like looking at Confuse here, he didn't even want to trimp that corner, which you would have done pre-sots easily. You'd just been like, oh, I'm gonna just go up. But
Yeah.
now it's kind of scary. Trying to get the Newt up here, trying to get Sulfur Pools for their next stage 3.
Okay.
It's kind of weird. We went from
So-
this like loadout 1 where we were just seeing like bam, 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 tile, 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 and then we're like back down to like people having to think about.
Yeah.
Looks more like the first bingo event now at this point. We're just like,
Well, yeah,
wait.
because I mean, these are some difficult ones to get.
yeah, the last one's I mean, there's a reason they haven't gotten them yet.
And did they hit the teleporter at all last stage? Or did they just do Halcyon?
I think they just went
Reason I
House Tonight
asked-
and left.
Because hitting the teleporter and knowing the boss's location is actually some valuable intel, especially if you plan on going to Mithrix and you're gonna come back to stage 1.
They should have just
Maybe
tried
get
it.
that boss one.
Like, even if you just throw out a Void Fiend orb or something and you just try to get a boss skip, even if it's like 1 in, 1,000, just try it. I feel like no reason not to.
Mhm.
But like
It
you
happens
said,
sometimes.
yeah, but like you said, just knowing you can just set up for it, It looks like they're going to the moon on this one. We can see that Sneck does have the fuel ray in his inventory. So they do want to do Frog. They do want to do, the fuel ray all the way there. So, hey, would have been nice.
Convened, like use iframes through the explosion with fuel ray. They do end up breaking it.
Yeah.
I know
Any
Secret can.
iframes cancel out the fuel ray explosion damage.
Okay. Because there's like Merc iframes and then there's Soldier and iframes.
Yeah. Oh, Munchausen's. We got that done for red team. There we go. 3 debuffs on yourself at once.
Oh, nice.
That's one of the tiles we haven't had anyone get pretty much ever. So good job.
Now, was that one lowered?
That one was lowered from 4 on this one. Usually I had it a little bit higher on a diagonal, but I didn't want it to be the main focus of today's harder tiles. But maybe I should have kept it higher. Who knows?
Yeah.
It was really smart of them to get it with a Beetle Queen, though. The Beetle Queen debuff. I didn't think about that.
True.
Yeah, looks like blue team's getting ready to leave here. Just picking up some last few things. They are going to the bazaar, trying to get that Sulfur Pool Dream. It is going to cost them quite a few coins here. So, we'll see. I mean, and if they don't have Sulfur Pools here, they might have to try this in the third loadout and maybe even loop to try to get it. So,
Cabbage, very brave with these trimps.
yeah. Very confident.
And K right now, 3 items.
3.
So it does seem like that is their strategy here.
Oh, we see, man, the 2 worst things that you could see in a bazaar for the dreams: Gold Portal and then the Path of the Colossus stage.
Unlucky.
Unlucky.
If they are on like stage 4 or 5 and they see Sulfur Pools coming up, I wonder if they might loop just to get that one out of the way and then go for Mithrix next run.
Yeah, I don't know. Definitely some
'Cause you are
options though.
leaving to RNG to a certain extent. I
Yeah,
was surprised they actually hit Newt on stage 6 last run instead of 7.
Yeah, I was really curious why they didn't try to go for it on the loop. Feels like maybe they could have just done it. Oh, we do
I
have
gotta go to
the
the bathroom. I will be right
okay.
back.
We do have the free Prion for blue team as well, which is a nice little pickup. Oh, Case spawned under the ground in the bazaar because if you have a beetle guard, you can actually get pushed through the ground because the beetle guard takes priority. Obviously, we all know this. So, one thing I want blue team to kind of keep more in mind, they only have so many tiles left. I'd like for them to keep in mind the Munchausen's tile here to try to get debuffs on yourself. It seems like one that couldn't be done pretty easily at this point. I know they do have the fuel ray, so they don't want to take too much damage. But Curse does count as a debuff for this tile, so something to keep in mind. Also, I don't really want Confused to die. It's kind of low. It would be a good idea for Sneck to drop the fuel ray on the ground for right now during the stage as well. Carrying around everywhere, I mean, if you get hit and lose it, what then? You know? Rather just leave it on the ground, pick it up before you leave the stage. But it's okay. I mean, let me look at some of the other tiles that maybe blue team is going for here. Let's see.
Not a lot.
Looks like red team's taking a little bit of a break, so we can take a look at just blue team here. Board. They're looking for
I'll
another
say blue
saw.
team.
They're looking for sulfur pools, which they didn't get. They're still looking for that void gup. Looking for debuffs.
Oh.
They will
there we
get.
go. Just got the debuffs one.
Oh, beautiful. Right as we were looking at it. Neat.
Bleed from that Imp Overlord. I guess Void Fiend has slow.
Oh yeah, that's a
and
good
they're
one for it.
taking
Yeah, and then plus curse. I mean, I didn't even
them
think
having
about.
all these tiles has made my life easier. I will say, because in the first loadout you'd say one, and I was like frantically switching through all of the tiles to try to find it. But now there's only like 5 of them, so
Yeah, it definitely gets easier over time to see where everyone's at. I do need to make the debuff one harder again. It's just like in practice, no one ever got it. Like no one ever picked it
Yeah.
up, that tile. So I was just like, okay, maybe, you know, maybe make it a little bit easier. Wrong.
there are a couple times in practice though where like I felt like we should have gotten it. I think like the Void seed thing didn't count as a debuff.
Yeah, there's maybe 1 or 2 things that weren't totally perfect in the scrims we had for it, so
I think 4 is about right.
man, when blue team hits tab and their whole board is like pretty much gold, it's like, man, it's cool. Very cool.
What unique tiles does Red have here? They got that fuel array one, and they have Pet the Frog, so just the moon ones.
Just the moon ones, and we know that red team or blue team is going to go for the moon ones right now, so
Yeah.
they're probably not going to be unique anymore. It's kind of tough. Red team's gotta find a way to get a bunch of these missing tiles here. I know they're gonna plan to loop on this one, but what I'm worried about, right, is if they do loop, I guess I just worry about K, right? Again, he's still not gonna have anything.
Yeah.
So maybe it's not the biggest of deals, but
K's stacking speed as well, which again you got to be really careful on with Void
Yeah.
Fiend.
it's just getting harder and harder. You can just see K just not clicking shift at all, basically.
Yeah.
He's just kind of walking around. He's like, I don't want to mess it up.
Fair.
Already on grow for blue team. No scav here. They already have a vagrant, so that took up the spawn credits. They were a bit early. Like I said, maybe there was an opportunity to get it a little bit earlier in multiplayer.
Fortunate.
I mean, I would just be looking for a Void Cradle here on this map. There are gups pretty much everywhere. This would be one of the
True.
easiest stages to get it.
Void Seed.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. All they need to do is either find the Void Gup that's already on the map, or they need to kill a Void enemy next to a Gup, and there you get it.
Now, is this a different tile? Because when I was doing this with Dan, it was a Void Elder Lemurian.
I can change it to anything I want. I just chose Void Gup today.
Okay.
So I thought it'd be more fun.
Gotcha.
The thing about all the tiles is, and this is for just the people watching, I wanted the system to be as replayable as possible, so every time that you see a number or a variable in any tile, it can pretty much always be changed. So anytime that you see, oh, take this much damage, or kill this many enemies, or pick up that item, or whatever, or do this thing this amount of times, all of that could be changed. And blue team got the Void Gut. Boom.
Nice.
And so we're going
Ooh.
to see the boards dramatically change from one event to another, especially as we get more tiles implemented here.
Using the Sail Star on that equipment. Still looking for a saw.
Wait, that might be a bingo.
For-
That is a bingo, and blue team jumped to 24 points.
Which one did
Wow.
they just get?
The Void Gut ping. Endangered species.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That
Very close
is
to
awesome.
many bingos here.
Wow.
If they do get both of these ones on the moon, they're only going to be 4 tiles away from clearing the whole board.
That's that's too close, man. I mean,
There are
what
some
it
hard tiles, though.
what it does mean though is that if we do see a full board clear today, we'll at least probably see it in loadout 3, which means that we at least get 2 loadouts to watch and play today. We'll see. Like I said, still could mess up the negatives, so. I really want to, I mean, I don't know. I hope red can catch up with some tiles here. They just need to get so many more. You can just see, even looking at the 2 little boards that they have, like, it's not twice as many tiles, but it's close.
Yeah. I mean, it's twice as many points. That bingo.
Yeah. But if red team right now, let me look. If they get the Shrines of Combat and they get a boss skip, suddenly they get 10, 12 extra points. So they would be tied up with only 2 tiles. Oh, and look at that. They failed Spice Variety. Cabbage was just so in the mindset of just picking up whatever item he could. He forgot that K had 2 items. Wow.
See, this is what I was worried about. When you ignore it early on, you're really banking on not making mistakes. They do have another loadout to try for it, but
That is really tough, actually. Again, unless they restart this loadout and lose a tile, they can't get at this loadout at all. They have to go for it next loadout. Man, it's crazy because all Cabbage had to do was remember 2 items.
yeah,
Just 2.
like that was their whole strat.
Yeah, it was an interesting one for sure. They will be able to get the Void Gup one here, though, for sure. But man, that's brutal, and that's hard.
They can still get it.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't
Just not
matter
now.
when, but I wonder if this is going to alter their strategy. If K is just going to be like, you know what, I'm picking up items now.
Because like
I don't give
looking
a
at
shit.
loadout number 3, right? We have Artie and Commando. So, I mean, I don't know. I feel like Commando especially is a little bit of a hungrier survivor. I feel like with Void Fiend and Merc, you have these two characters that are a little bit more self-sufficient, right? They don't need maybe as many items for survivability, right? We don't have Ion Surge Artie either. So, they're going to both have to get a bunch of items.
I just want to point out, Confused just did something excellent there. They were collapsed, about to die, expertly used the iframes on Merc's dash to cancel out of it.
Hell yeah. That's awesome. They gotta kill this vagrant, man. There we go. Blue team has just got to get to the moon without dying and without breaking the negative. That's pretty much all. Don't take fall damage.
Yeah.
And they, I mean,
Careful of that fuel array.
they have such a sizable lead. So Tau took a moment to kill a boss. Well, you can't really do it without KCC anymore, can you? Or like the new physics. Or actually, I know you could push bosses, but... Oh, and red team just got empowered. 8 unique debuffs on one player. So Cabbage is just collecting all the debuffs, or debuffs, obviously, so...
Yeah. This is a good way to get some of those.
Yeah, kind of similar to what happened in loadout 1 for blue team, but it's kind of a different way. Just Snipe was just like, alright, Opal, give me Echo, give me Warbanner, give me like all the buff items. There's actually a lot of buff items. I went through the list and looked at all of them. There's a lot of white buffing items in this game, and they added a lot
Yeah.
more. Especially
All
with, like
of the
antlers
new
and
white
Franchium.
items have buffs.
Yeah,
Like, literally all 4 of them.
it's crazy.
Like a lot of the
And the
DLC items,
greens
Luminous
as well.
Shot,
We have prayer beads also. Like,
Reaching Pin, prayer beads.
yeah. So getting a lot of unique buffs on your character isn't actually as hard as it looks. Especially if you're Bandit, because Bandit with Desperado, for some reason, gets 3 unique buffs on his character. 1 for movement speed, 1 for invisibility, and 1 for Desperado.
Mm-hmm.
Which is like, why? But whatever. The best character for Growth Nectar, obviously, in the game, but a little crazy.
Seeker gets a few as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Seeker is like second.
All right, one more stage for blue team.
They
And
just got to make sure not to blow up that fuel array. If they do, I mean, that's tough.
they've got 30 minutes, and they can maybe come back and do some extra stuff. Although I don't know what tiles they could really go for here.
Try to go for the boss skip, probably. I mean, they
Yeah.
know where the boss spawned on stage 2. If they remember. So they can maybe get back to stage 2
true.
and try to get that done. We'll see. Kind of feels like they're doing more like a... kind of like a gauntlet race here. Just trying to get through without dying. Trying to get to the moon. They do have to build up enough speed to get to the ship, get to the frog, and then back to the ship. So they can't be too slow either. And they have to both be able to get there and start charging. We'll
That's
see.
true.
It's not like it's just go there.
If you saw Tech Mithrix,
Mm-hmm.
Does that count for the tile?
It should.
Okay. Wasn't sure if that was considered a kill or not.
I don't actually remember if you have to kill the enemy or not, but we'll see.
Ooh,
I don't remember.
Nukahana and
I'll ask
Frost
Gorek.
from that legendary. Frost looks all right.
Yeah, it's alright. Better early. Says kill, does it? Well, I'm not looking at it. You have to kill.
It is really good if they plan on looping here.
Yeah, it's not bad, actually. It is kind of one thing that red team has. They don't have the weight of having to go to the moon anymore on their shoulders. Like they did both moon challenges, so they can just loop for the rest of the day and just try to get as many things as they can.
True. They
Obviously,
have
they have
spice variety hanging over
yeah,
them.
they have that, but it's not all bad. They have done some things already that are pretty nice. I'm kind of worried about red team though. Like I want to see them getting tiles at a little bit faster pace than I think they are. It seems like the cabbage
Yeah.
carry is going okay right now, by the way. Doesn't seem like there's a lot of deaths from K here or anything.
Cabbage very comfortable on Merc. They plan on looping though, like I think it's gonna get more difficult.
Safer spaces in that wood key for K. I feel like he should take it. Just to, get something. Especially for no fall damage. But it looks like Cabbage is taking that one.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm in Cabbage's build. And K is just running around, just trying to survive. It's interesting the
Yeah.
strategies that they're employing here.
I think blue team is just looking for a saw right now.
Yeah. There are a lot
Stockings.
of oh, there's an Aegis. Wow, hey.
Huge.
Second time we've seen an Aegis so far in bingos. 2 for 2.
This one they did not need to print. It was given to them for free.
Oh man. I like how even John was like, "What the hell?"
They're fully aware.
Oh yeah,
how bad it is.
they know how bad that item is. Everyone does.
So whenever I see somebody defend that item, because I do get those comments quite a bit actually. The devs themselves think it's bad.
Yeah. It's like designed to be bad. It's crazy. Let's take a look at that board real quick. See where we're at here. Yeah, well, obviously looking for the saw. No one's got any of the tech tiles today. The tech tiles have been kind of hard on everyone today, I think. And we haven't seen a scav, actually. I really hope that red team finds one on this run. It would be kind of nice. And no one has gotten silver pools yet, which is tough, man.
Yeah.
They've been trying.
Tried.
I wonder if we'll get it on this loop. If we do get it on this loop for red team, that'll give them a really large advantage over blue team in a small way.
Yeah.
But like it can give them a point to try to build off of that blue team just can't. And they can get some bingos that way that blue team can't.
I do think this is going to be hard for blue team to recover from, just because
Red team.
like the one thing they have going for them right now is those moon tiles, but I feel like blue team is about to get those.
Yeah, I mean, they don't really have much more than the other team does.
And that loop for blue team last round was just so good.
It's got everything, man.
I think that's going to be hard to replicate.
The thing about looping is it is just kind of like a very exponential experience. So maybe we'll see a lot of ones just like pile up for red team here. Like they could get the multi-kill one pretty quick. Maybe they'll start trying to build up the bleed one. They do have a little bit of bleed on Cabbage right now. He does have a crowdfunder, so that's looking like it might happen. K has a recycler as well on stage 5. He can't kill any jellyfish. He's like really trying. He's just gonna try to reroll some equipment here for Saw, it looks like.
They got some of those really difficult ones, like Cloak Chest, which is just random. The Bleed one is a big one they got last run.
The Cloak Chest one...
You have Mander coming up, but...
Yeah, you gotta... I mean, it's easier to get on the smaller maps, definitely. because like, stage 1 loot, for example, it's easier to just be like, okay, we got everything, and if we see any lines, then we just know. Or like when blue team got it, it was on like a stage 3, and they're like, okay, we got stuff, just take a look. But like on these stages where they're so large, it's like that's kind of a lot
Yeah.
to like look through.
20. Oh, Gilded Greater Wisp. That kind of sucks if they're going for the boss one here, which I think they are. Oh, they didn't loop the teleporter here. Interesting. I don't know if that was a mistake or not.
Is
But
that
they're
a
going
mistake?
back to Mithrix for red team.
I wonder if they know. That seems like a
Or
mistake.
maybe they hit a newt.
I wonder if they're gonna try to go Ambry. Did they know that the artifact code changes every run? Maybe they just didn't hit the teleporter to loop. Maybe they'll realize after it, and they're
That-
like, oh.
That happened when I was playing with Host and Wooly the first time we ran this like 3 years ago. And Host made a really interesting sound.
I remember that. Oh, this is very unfortunate though for red team. Actually, I think this might blow their plan. Actually, I don't know. I don't know what their plan is at this point.
I'm trying to see if there's like an orb on that teleporter. Because if they hit a blue, they can still do it.
I don't think there is.
Yeah.
Well, explosive personality done for blue team, and that's another bingo for blue team.
Yes. Beautiful.
35 points right now on that side of the screen.
Oh. That's 2 bingos, I think. On the
Is it?
diagonal and on the...
Oh, they do have the diagonal. They got a double with that one tile. Just take a look at this.
And that's actually the case
Holy.
for all of their remaining tiles. Will give them multiple bingos.
Yeah. Dude. Oh, we did get the champ, the 4 Shrine of Combats for red team. Very nice.
They get the scav one. They get 3 bingos.
Dude. That's crazy. Man.
So probably loop next run.
Yeah, is there a house team shrine for red team? Maybe that's how they get out of here. I don't know. Surely they have a way to get out on a loop. Surely.
I don't know.
There's no portal. No, they're going to Mithrix for some reason. For what?
Interesting. Do they not realize yet?
Did they realize now?
I think they might be realizing.
Yeah, they just reset the run. They
Oh no. What did they lose?
Following Instincts. Elusive Antlers. Man, that
Okay.
has to be... That's a generational throw, actually. That's crazy. And now they have 19 minutes to get on a loop again. Or to at least try to get Spice Variety done to get through
Yeah.
stage 5, which that's really fast.
What can they get here?
Dude.
That is really quick.
It's just like a few small things for oh, look at Sneck and Confused right now. Looks like Confused is trying to set up the new host skip.
Yeah.
By the way, if you missed yesterday's gauntlet race like I did, it's a new host skip introduced. Already. You can see it on Confused screen right now. I think it was a little bit too close there on that one.
No?
From what I've seen. Sneck made a video covering that already as well.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, if you haven't seen it.
I have not. Is the setup hard?
It's not really that hard. I think he's just sprinting too early. Yeah. He has to back up a little bit more here. Meanwhile, Sneck is kind of void fiending up. If Confuse takes too long here, they're gonna start losing time. They can skip with this Merc. And there we go. We see the first little bit of it.
There we go.
It's
Yeah.
just kind of repeating that over and over again. I think he just wanted to take some time to show that off for people, which is really cool. He's trying to see if he can get up. It's gonna have to sit on the tree somewhere here. Meanwhile, red team, well, they looks like they're gonna just start speedrunning. It's kind of what it
And
seems
they
like
can
to
at
me.
least get the antler one back.
Oh, dude.
And maybe get a boss skip. If they can get a boss skip, that'll be a unique tile for them.
Confused. You gotta get up there, man. Okay, found a little bit of a ledge. Don't go up this side. This side is like just unnecessarily harder to get up on. This side's a little bit better. Nice. Okay.
Okay.
Gives time for Sneck to kind of look at the board a little bit here. The thing is, Sneck still has the fuel array. So if you take a pizza slice or a bad swipe for Mithrix, that is it's gone.
True.
Maybe you can at
use those
least iframe
iframes
it. Yeah. All right, finally got up. Good job.
Okay.
Man, I'm worried about red team though. They have 16 minutes to blitz through the stages. They do have another Halcyon Shrine here. They might just try to go after that instead of the teleporter. That would be the way to do it if they're trying to go as fast as possible. And as for blue team, they need to get to the ship. One person needs to go pet the frog and come back or die. Oh no. That's a death for Confused. And so now the only person left in this Mithrix fight is Sneck with the fuel array. If Sneck dies with the fuel array, they're going to lose a tile. They might lose a bingo, depending on what tile that is. I don't know what their oldest one is.
Entirely on the tile.
Yeah.
And it also is going to make that last part where they have to pet the frog harder.
Yeah.
Because
ooh, this is not good.
I feel like you might have to just sacrifice a tile here. Depending on what it is.
If it's something that they can repeat pretty easily, it might be in their best interest to do that. I don't know.
Maybe the spice variety.
It's definitely not spice variety.
Doesn't seem like they're opting to do that just yet.
The middle one doesn't count as like the oldest tile rule. It kind of exists on its own. The negative tile does. You start with it every time, so it's kind of the first tile you actually earn in a run.
This is a kind of a slow fight here. I don't think time will be an issue, except maybe with the ship. Like, I don't know if they can do that with one person.
I don't know if Sneck is fast enough. Since one of them is dead, let me switch over to a two-player perspective here. We'll just watch Sneck and Cabbage at the moment. Yeah, I don't know if they'll even have time to pet the frog at all. I know blue team wants to get all the tiles, right? That's like the main thing they want. So I don't think they're going to give up on it. But definitely think about sacrificing a tile or I don't know.
Because you're sacrificing a tile either way.
Potentially.
Like either you don't get the
Yeah.
frog one, or you sacrifice a different one to get the frog one.
I'm like, but look at how long it's taking for Snek to clear even phase 2. He has to clear phase 3, clear phase 4, and then run down all the way on the moon, go pet the frog and back. I don't even know if we'll have enough time. We might, probably will. But especially if something bad happens. I don't know, we'll see. Feel Array is
I feel like
just kind of sitting.
pretty much any tile is worth it to get rid of here. Because if you get both of the moon ones here, you can loop next run without a problem. Unless it's like, if it's the other moon one, that sucks. If it's the bring the fuel array to the moon, they break that.
Yeah. Oh my god. He's close to popping that fuel array. He's got to be a little bit careful. Not a lot of speed I'm noticing either. Doesn't bode
No.
well. That's scary. Hmm. I mean, there's a real possibility as well that they just, like, the time just ends. You know? They just don't get anything. I think
True.
if it was you and me on a team, I think I would say, hey, person with fuel array, just die right now. Get Confused back in the fight, get him to start doing damage so we can actually get out of here
Yeah.
and set up the
It's
ship.
costing a lot of time.
Yeah. Like, not only is this time being cost for, like, you know, this run, they could have used this time in restarting the seed after they won. So they are just kind of hemorrhaging
Yeah,
a little bit of time here.
That said, there's not much they can get in that time. I think the
That's
boss
true.
skip is realistically the only one they could go for, unless they like dreamed and tried to get a saw.
Mm-hmm. Boss skip, I was really hoping more people would try. We still do have a Siren's Call on the last one today, so we'll see it.
I'm really curious what blue team's plan is here.
I mean, we know they're gonna loop next loadout. I mean, at least we think they are. They will,
team-
unless they don't get the frog here.
Red team on stage 4 here, so it's possible they can get Spice Variety. They got 10 minutes to do it.
I think they can
Cabbage
do it.
has quite a few items.
All Cabbage has to do is not pick up Void Crit or an electric boomerang that K has. Can it be done?
Okay, not even going for the drinks this time.
Yeah, I know. He's like, I can't trust Cabbage with even, like, picking up one item for myself on this one. That's crazy. Just, like, seeing that look at K. Oh, and they just got the Void Cup for Red Team.
Nice.
Meanwhile, Blue Team still not done. That was a scary iframe. Uh-oh.
Ooh.
They're really getting close on that fuel array. Look at how close that is. It's half health, by the way, when that thing blows up. Ooh.
Just hit R.
Yeah, just hit R. One pizza slice, and it is very over. 7 minutes. Again, they still probably have to do phase 4, which can take a little bit of time. They still have to finish this phase. They still have to run all the way across the moon and back. Scary.
Ooh.
Oh my god. Oh.
Ooh.
That's a fuel ray
But-
exploding.
oh,
He
it's gonna blow
did
up,
iframe the fuel ray.
Blocked it.
Beautiful. That was a really well-timed dash. Oh man. Doesn't have that hanging over his shoulder anymore. Really good job.
Yeah, but I don't know what they're gonna do for the ship here.
I don't know.
Because they might fail. Like, not only will they break a tile, they won't get the frog one either.
Yeah, if they try to go for the frog and don't make it back to the ship in time, they don't get that tile. They break the oldest one, and they have to go back anyway. Like the time, man, the time. You only need to pet the frog once. You don't need to fully summon the portal.
Okay, let's see what they do.
He does not have much time. He's gonna have to spend as much time as he can in a corrupted mode. Just trying to fly around. He has to not take fall damage here either. He
Portal
does have a
boost.
feather. But ooh, this is just scary. All eyes on Sneck right now. See if he can do it. I still think that like he should die right now. Just get
Yeah.
confused to charge the ship. Thing he's not really
Oh, he's
building
going for it.
void corruption that fast. He's trying
Yeah,
to
dropped
push
antlers,
himself
too.
as much as he can here.
Cannot be dropping antlers right now.
I don't know why
Do
he's
not
shooting
let the-
this.
Yeah, getting distracted.
Oh, he's trying to get crit to get into corruption faster. But I think that might have cost him some time. I don't know if that was
Yeah, I think it
necessarily
did.
worth it. Okay. From
think-
he's using his R just to try to build up corruption or keep it up again. Actually, he didn't use it again though. He's kind of scared there. He has to get back to the ship in 45 seconds, and he hasn't even touched the frog yet. I don't
Yeah.
think they could do it.
And I don't know what they're gonna lose here, but if they weren't willing to take an L for Confused to come back, I have to assume it's something pretty bad.
Dude, it took him like 20 seconds from the top of the ramp just to touch the
Yeah.
frog, and he has to get back to the ship in that time. Man. That's tough.
It is the fuel array one. That sucks.
They really had to die, unfortunately, to get Confused back. Sometimes when you hold on to a tile too much, it costs you more. So tough. I thought we were gonna see our first full board clear, but I mean, maybe we will. Maybe they'll go back to the moon, but
I think it's gonna be hard to get the scav and the
yeah.
Mithrix kill.
Meanwhile, red
But
team,
red team,
they're about to get a
Yeah.
spice variety here.
really good job
Mm-hmm.
coming back.
Man, it hurts.
Obviously, it's not ideal, but
It hurts, man. For blue team, so close.
at least being able to get that out of the way. They did remember to loop the teleporter this time,
Wow,
so that's good.
That
Lessons
was
learned.
that was crazy. Yeah, so watching blue team screen right now.
Kay is gonna maul so hard at Cabbage
Oh.
in the cast.
I think they broke it.
What is
Jesus.
happening?
I think they reset right at like as it turned, and it like broke the scorecard.
So what did they break there?
Let's see. Maybe it was drawn in the lines or something.
Wait, they're pressing tab. I'm not sure that they broke anything.
I mean, oh, they didn't
Maybe it's 'cause-
technically die. Gorak, go take a tile from him. Thanks. Go make sure they lose it.
You're a goon. Go teach them a lesson. They won't forget.
Looks like Cabbage is
Cabbage?
just trying to get through this teleporter.
Yeah.
Okay, teleporter's done. He is allowed to leave. And that is Spice Variety done for red team.
Okay. Good for them. Oh, they're looking at the thing here.
It's like blue team is just chilling.
Yeah, not much they can do. I mean, they could go for that boss skip.
They could. They really
Possibly do
actually
here.
could have. Yeah. I'll turn it back to their perspective if they decide to move, but they are just timing out their run at the moment. Red team
This is
though,
why
they can.
This is why hitting TP at the very beginning would have been so useful.
Yeah. No, you're right on that.
That red team, I don't know what they can do here.
K is just trying not to die, but
Yeah.
red team they
I
can go
don't-
after multi kills probably. Although I don't think Cabbage is powerful enough. He doesn't really have a loop build. He just has a I barely got here kind of build. Because they had to kind of rush through.
They can maybe get the Sawtech one and the Bleed one.
Hmm.
Those can go hand in hand.
Not really a lot of bleed for Cabbage here. I wonder what Cabbage's plan is. Just to survive? Oh, Cabbage is not surviving. Actually losing 3 watches there. So that just probably made it a lot harder for Cabbage to do anything here that he was probably wanting to do.
Yeah, I think at this point it might just be smart to play out your time. Make sure you don't break anything. 'Cause
Mm-hmm.
if Cabbage dies, K has 2 items.
Yeah.
Equipment here on K.
Man, that was a rough loadout for both teams, honestly. For red team not looping, and for blue team the frog incident. So
Yeah, so do we know which one they lost yet?
Korak has it covered. They're forcing them to lose one of the tiles real quick.
Okay.
We'll see that soon. As for red team, I think they're just timing out as well. So let's bring in blue team. The frog,
team.
guys. The
The
frog.
frog.
Okay, so we were wondering there, like in that Mithrix fight, one of you died very early on. What tile were you gonna lose if you died?
Believe
in the
TP
lines.
radius one.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys lost, or
Losing
Greg, had you lose that
Between the
one?
lines or whatever. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So we were also wondering why, Sneck, you didn't die on purpose so that Confused can come back if you're gonna lose that tile anyway.
Hmm.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I didn't. Oh well.
That's all right. I mean, we were like, you guys are taking so long in the Mithrix fight, and then like one person could have charged the ship while the other went, and did whatever.
Yeah.
We also
yeah,
saw,
that was the plan.
yeah. We
Red
also
team got some key things as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I think. So I'll make sure Kay didn't actually get some coins there. Great, keep an eye on that. Looks like Cabbage
I
also
think he
got
did.
the Ion Surge achievement because they didn't get all of their achievements in their profile because they're not setting up things properly and they're throwing. Garek is gonna go help them with that. Thank you, Garek.
Nice.
So as far as you guys go, though, you guys have still quite an impressive board. I'm kind of worried about the full board clear now, though.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Scav and the frog one is gonna be hard to do both.
Yeah, we're gonna have to like go relatively quick and slow at the same time. It's kind of weird.
Mm-hmm. Well,
So I guess you could loop, go to Fight Mithrix stage 11 maybe. You go fast.
That's what we're planning.
Okay.
We're gonna probably dream for sulfur because we didn't get it last run,
Yeah, that
and
one
hopefully
was
find a
really
saw
fortunate.
along the way, and maybe get a skip.
Somebody get
Stage
that
4?
saw one, please. I'll be so sad if no one gets it.
So I was also curious. You guys at the beginning of this loadout, you guys didn't hit teleporter, but when you went back after Mithrix, you could have tried to set up for a boss skip on the stage 1 teleporter there,
Ooh.
or even stage 2, because you guys did stage 2 before it.
Mm.
Just something to think about. I mean, you guys do have AWU coming up, but there are options for non-AWU boss skips as well.
Mm-hmm.
Red team is catching up a little bit, though. You are still substantially ahead, however, right now. I won't get an update, I don't think, from you guys on the board of the tile you just lost until you're in game, though. So for people watching, don't get too confused. Where is that tile that you guys lost? It was this one.
It's a
Yeah.
diagonal.
So
Yeah.
Actually,
you
it's
do
a
lose
bingo.
1 bingo for that, actually.
Yeah.
Just a little bit tough.
No.
That's a
Yeah,
6
bingo's to spare.
tile, or 6-point tile. Okay, let's
We'll
bring
get
in
it
red
back.
team.
Don't worry.
We'll see.
Hello, red team.
So,
Man, can we not talk about that?
I kind of want to, but yeah. I mean, there were 2
Well,
things to
ask.
talk about. There was
Yeah.
K having literally
So,
like
first of
2
all-
items, and Cabbage
That's
still
normal.
messing up Spice Variety, and then the loop thing. That was a tough
no,
one.
we were just gonna
Really good job in the second
Friday
half,
after
though.
a restart.
Going all the way through, getting to stage 6, getting Spice Variety after that.
Yeah, it was like a
Very well
20-minute
done.
run, so good job, actually. Good recovery.
Standard stuff.
I mean, we have done this in that race, I think.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. You guys feeling confident for the
yeah.
3rd loadout, though?
No, I mean, yeah, now it's just, okay, so, I mean, obviously this was the strat that we don't loop wasn't the strat, and that Cabbage shorts and picks up the energy drink also wasn't the strat. I blame myself because I said at the start I don't want any items because you're at some point gonna mindlessly pick them up, and then I picked it up because you told me, no, we're gonna split movement speed items. I take curves, you take energy drinks. It's like, all right, I'm gonna take it, and then he obviously, yeah, whatever. I fucked up the loop. That was my bad. Good thing we got it. We ran it back though.
Yeah, that was a really good
Yeah.
job. And there's
Alright,
still a chance.
It's just there is, it was just kind of this was supposed to be the backup run, and now it's just kind of the main run.
Mhm.
yeah, I missed out on a ton of tiles like Scav tile and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean that's gonna happen now, but could have had like 2 runs for
yeah.
all the loop tunnels.
Mhm.
Good job
But
on
we're gonna
knowing.
do it again, by the way.
Yeah, good job on knowing breaking the negative tile. I think that specific loadout was the one to watch out for, just because of Void Fiend, like non-host physics and stuff,
Yeah.
especially on UK. So
And Merc Whirlwind.
yeah, but good job. You guys have. I'll give you guys 2 more minutes, and then you guys can start. If you guys
Right.
need to confer anything, if you want to start a little bit earlier, you can, maybe.
Okay.
Good luck though. On last
All
loadout.
right, thank you.
Good luck.
Okay. What do you
Okay.
I mean, obviously Blue's in the lead. I still need
Yeah.
an update from them once they go in game though. They're gonna have 29 points right now. It's 29 to 20. But I mean, red team is really close on some
Yeah.
sometimes it looks like both teams are gonna try to go for the Sulfur Pools one this time though. I don't actually know
Mhm.
if blue team's gonna loop or not. It kind of seems like it's probably in their best interest
I think
to.
they're gonna try to. The thing
Yeah.
I'm worried about with that though is when you go that quickly in multiplayer. I think this happened to me and Dan last time, where you just keep breaking tiles because you're not getting enough loot. So I
Mhm.
hope they find a good balance there. I was
Yeah.
a little worried about red team's mental, but it seems like they're holding up pretty well.
Yeah,
We'll
I
see. Anything can happen in this last loadout.
thought they'd be bickering a little bit more, like, I fucking hate you, but Kay was like, you know what? It was my bad. Whatever, we got whatever. But
Rare from those two.
yeah, true. I think, like you said though, getting items is important, and it's very easy to not consider how many items you need. And I think with this loadout coming up, with specifically Commando and Huntress, or Commando and Artie, you kind of
Yeah.
need items, especially for Commando. You don't want to leave your Commando player in the dust. And I don't think it's as easy just to bank on surviving like as Void Fiend or Merc, like what Cabbage and K were doing before. So you really need to build each other up.
Yeah. I think blue team obviously really wants to get every tile, but I'm worried that they're going to stretch themselves a little too thin trying to do that when in reality, if they just play it safe, try to get a few more tiles, keep their lead,
Mhm.
I feel like that's probably the best way to do this if you want to win, but obviously you really
Yeah.
want the clout.
Yeah. I don't know. After the frog incident, I just don't think it's actually possible for them to get a full board on this one. So
Yeah. And like you
And-
said, these are some rough survivors to do it on. If it was like Seeker Loader,
dude, yeah.
you
If
know,
there's
maybe it
loader,
would be a
just go to
possibility,
the
but-
go to the frog. Just do like a 20-minute run, get like a 30-minute loop, get a scav, whatever. Like there's options here.
Mander and Flamethrower already are not ideal for this.
No, no. This does kind of open the door up for red team to get the stack bleed tile though. That we saw blue team get so early on in the NG run. With
Yeah.
Commando in the field, I mean they did have the opportunity to do it last loadout. They had a Crunder, Cabbage had a ton of bleed, he was ready to do it, and then they didn't loop. I think what they could have done actually, Cabbage could have tried to get the bleed tile on the moon before they reset, but I mean they were cutting it so close as it was, finishing off Spice Variety and getting the loop on
Yeah.
the second half of that run anyway, that it's just tough all around. Like at least there are avenues to try to make up your mistakes, right? Like in a gauntlet race, if you +5, you can go faster, but
Oh,
there's a saw. Yeah.
immediately.
But
Also,
in
I'm not
this,
sure
like, if you mess up a tile, I mean, you can go back and do it again. You do lose some time for it, but
Is the website updating?
maybe not. It looks like Gorek is handling it with them right now, so
Okay.
we'll take a look at red team and some score differences for blue team right now because their board isn't fully updated. Oh, and that saw is the Sail Star saw as well, which means that it might be unique to blue team here, which would be very, very interesting. I think there's a lot of neat spots to be able to get it on this map as well.
Yeah.
Oh, and there we go.
Cause.
Failed drawing in the lines. We actually have big confirmation on that now. So that should now be updated
Okay.
in a second.
Yes. I see it on my end.
Okay, cool.
Oh yeah, and then they use the Sail Star on the small chest, so they're gonna miss out on that saw.
That's tough. All right, and I think when it's so early on like this, you can pretty much guarantee that the enemy that you're saw-teching is dying by saw-tech. And so, especially in multiplayer, it's really cool what you can do. You can have one person set up a saw-tech somewhere, and then another person just maybe lead a beetle into it. You don't need to lead the enemy into it yourself. There's so many
Right.
more strategies you can employ here.
They have some time to get that though. Like last time they had saw, they only had like a minute or two to try to get it.
Yeah, and it was kind of a lot of things were killing and stuff. Like they still had Empathy Core Drone Man. It's hard to know.
So, how is it calculated? Like, if you kill something with saw when it initially comes out, like I assume it doesn't count.
The saw has a time period for when it comes back to the player, and if the saw has not come back to the player and exceeds that amount of time, it means it's caught on something, and if it also kills something after that time period, then it counts as saw tech, which is a really interesting way to do it.
Okay.
I would like to see Snex try to set up a spot though for it. Like just get that tile done quick. Just get it out of here. I mean, they also do have Siren's Call coming up later, and they do have DML and Saw, which are two amazing AWU skip methods, actually.
That's true. They could both go for it.
Oh, and the Saw also needs to be still as well. So it needs to be, like, stuck. I can see that maybe causing a problem, though, if it
Yeah.
is, like, slightly moving at some point. So they just have to be stand perfectly still, I think. But even if it's on like a sloped surface, it might mess up,
Yeah.
perhaps.
Good to know.
Beetle Queen. Now they
Maybe
know
in
that.
the
Oh,
first
they're
one
trying to
here.
set up Sawtech right here. Look at this. And there it is. Killed an enemy with Sawtech. We finally got a
Beautifully
tech
done.
tile off the board.
I don't think it was the Beetle Queen.
No,
There's
it was
something
like
else there.
something else, like a beetle just walked in.
And that is one bingo for them, but because they lost the drawing in the lines,
Mm-hmm.
they're not going to get that. And they had to step out of the teleporter here to get the Sawtech, so
Oh,
they
that's
need to
a
get
good
that
point.
on 2 more.
I don't know if they're really thinking about that right now. They need to do it on stage 2 and 3, and they need to get a blue portal next stage here so they could try to get sulfur pools. But now
Mhm.
blue team is back up to 30 points, so damn, it really sucks that red team missed out on that saw there.
And I imagine they're going to try to dream here. Blue team is trying to loop. They'll have maybe another opportunity
Mm-hmm.
for sulfur
Looks like
pools,
red
but
team got the blue portal hit here. Yeah, and so did
hopefully
blue.
it
Red and blue both going
works.
bizarre. Good.
It'd be funny if we chose that tile and just none of the seeds had any remote chance of having sulfur pools.
It's technically possible, right? Uh-oh. Looks like Confused is in a little bit of a spot right now, a little bit of predicament, and he's actually dead. That is really tough. Now
Ooh.
Snek has to actually clear the stage on his own or they lose another tile. This is what we're talking about with, deaths on the line like this.
Okay.
You can really start to lose a lot of your
Oh.
points. If you lose a tile that is a bingo dependent tile, you can lose up to 6 points or more. You could lose like 11 points if it counts for 2 bingos. Cabbage is
There
taking a
goes
lot of hits from
Buckets.
this Elder as well.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I'm
but
looking at
2
red
ignition
here.
tanks for
This
Snek,
is
that's
scary.
great.
It's all right. It sucks they don't have the flame M1.
Yeah, I know. It's something, I guess. Did you guys know that Seer on Chef has 1.5 times the range as Flamethrower?
That's ridiculous. When it first came out, though, it was a very good spiritual successor
Oh, true.
in all of the
Yeah.
worst ways.
A little tough. Looked like Snek was pausing to see what tile they'd lose if they both died here. I didn't quite see what it was, though.
Yeah, they're definitely considering that now after that last run. They just didn't even think about the possibility of sacrificing.
Yeah. I don't yet know if they got progress towards drawing in the lines there either. Snek, I'm not sure if he stepped out or
Yeah,
not.
I feel like they must have at some point.
They are gonna loop
Okay.
though, so maybe they have like more chances, but it is kind of tough. It's a tough one to get back, not getting it on stage 1 and 2. You'd have to hold tab for me to actually see any progress on that. Oh, he did. I miss it.
Yeah, and again, their goal is to loop and kill Mithrix. At least that's what they said they were going to do.
That's not happening.
I
There's
wouldn't
no
be
way.
surprised if they back out.
And it's only
Maybe
is
just go
enough
for that.
time, right? Like,
Straight up loop. Unless you get like another drone parts, empathy cores thing going on.
even that, like, you'd also have to get the scav, like, the first stage looped. So I don't know.
I think they're gonna have to make some concessions here.
Yeah, they're not getting a full board. I'm gonna just say it now. It's just not happening.
Yeah.
It was close. They were so close, man.
If
That
I think last run, if they sacrificed, they could have.
Yeah. That may also as well be the closest we'll ever see to a full bingo clear. It's definitely possible.
Why? Because you're gonna go and make all of these way harder.
Yeah. Correct. Absolutely, man.
I was a little bit worried after that first loadout. I'm like, dude, what if we just have nothing to commentate for loadout 3?
I mean, to be fair, the rules are if you full clear a board, you win. It's over. So
And stream
If-
ends immediately.
yeah, like as soon as it comes in, we don't even get to say goodbye. It's just feed cut. Look at that. We saw both teams taking the Sail Star there. Oh, did we actually see a Sulfur Pools? I don't think so. Tough. Gonna have to
No.
loop for that then.
Wait. Is there?
Nope.
Okay. They're thinking about re-rolling here.
Yeah, for what though?
I'm not sure.
What lunar would give them an advantage to try to get some more tiles?
I think like shape glass, tonic. Gesture could maybe help if you're going for the Sawtech one.
They did
Oh,
re-roll.
they are
By
re-rolling.
the way, re-rolling is also more expensive. It starts at 2, and the second reroll is 4. So
Yeah, they. And yeah. And the
lunars
lunars
are
a little
3.
bit more expensive.
Yeah, all the lunar
And the
stuff
only
is
one that
more.
Cabbage
Hmm?
could get one here. Kind of, you want to be careful about who is buying what, because you could be in a position where somebody has one lunar coin and you can't use it on something you want.
Yeah.
But they re-rolled and it seems like they didn't take anything there.
Yeah. Which is fine. And that is, like, fair as well. This is the last loadout, so them hoarding coins doesn't do anything, right? So we might as well spend them. Just gotta be smart in how you spend them.
Oh, maybe they were going for a brittle crown there.
Oh, for investor. To try to get money
Yeah.
from items. Okay. Yeah, that's one they don't have yet, actually. I didn't notice. You know,
Something like Blue Team got very early on, that loop, and Clover and Gomes.
red team they are 2 tiles away from 2 bingos as well. And well, there's 3 singular tiles that they can get that give them bingos. They have the scav. They have the toxic friend group if they loop, and if they get a saw tech, which they did miss out on the saw stage 1, but oh, and they have rain check as well. Man, there's so many
There-
options here.
Any other way to apply poison, or is it just sulfur pools?
If we had the Ambry open, there'd be another way. Or like if we had the Ambry able to use artifacts. Currently, when you go to the Ambry now, there's no actual artifact that you can enable. It's just like the one code that you find throughout the run, because we didn't want people cheesing tiles using command or anything like that.
Mhm.
But if there was, right, you could potentially get Metamorphosis, potentially turn into Acrid, get Gubo, have the Gubo Void touched, and get your team poisoned.
Oh,
That would be one way to do it. If we had that.
convoluted as fuck.
If we had that option open to them, but we don't. I think it just pretty much is Sulfur Pools right now. Unless there's something I'm not thinking of.
Yeah. Okay. And next stage, we're gonna have sirens, so that's where we're gonna want to look for the boss skip.
Mm-hmm. I really hope someone gets that. I mean, obviously the tech tiles are a little bit harder than the other ones, but they are a little bit harder for a reason. They gotta show off some really cool stuff. So maybe we'll see it. We haven't seen that one done yet. I have actually seen someone do the boss skip in testing though, just not in a obviously public race yet. Oh, and that's a death for confused. So again, it's on to Sneck here. Oh no, there's Shrine of Shaping.
Oh, no,
I
no,
forgot this thing
Shrine
is
of
just
Shaping.
always active for some
Yep.
reason.
They can do it without stepping outside of TP here, so that is pretty important. They don't get
Yeah.
that one done soon. I think they're gonna struggle on the loop.
If they get that one done, I think they get 2 bingos back. So that one tile is worth 11 points to them right now. That's a hefty
I
tile.
don't. Sorry, I was looking at red team. They stepped out, and I panicked for a second.
Like, man.
But red team is struggling a little bit here. They do have the Shrine of Shaping though, so we'll be okay. Just as a gauge of damage, though, you can see they're going for, it looks like kind of a similar strat where
Mhm.
they're putting all of the items on one person, which I guess because K was dead, Cabbage had to pick up those ignition tanks.
Mhm.
But you'd think putting it on the person with gas would be a little more beneficial.
And there we
Or the person
go.
that actually has items.
Drawing in the lines completed for blue team, and they get 11 more points from that. So they're at 41 points right now.
Nice. Okay.
There are,
It's gonna be hard for red team to catch up to that.
I think it's potentially doable though. They can get 18 points from 3 tiles. I mean, that's 38. They'd still be behind, but that's only from 3 tiles. The tiles that are left are a little bit harder for blue team to get, but they're definitely possible.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're looking at an AWU skip on Sirens coming up. We have DML, we have Saw, right? We have Artie. We have these methods of actually skipping AWU. I just want to see someone do it. If blue team gets it, that's a very big one for them too.
They do have a bunch. Fireband as well.
Yeah. We'll see.
And again, I am worried that they might push this too hard on the loop and end up breaking a bunch of tiles.
It's definitely possible. You just fly a little bit too close to the sun, you know? Think you're doing better than you are. Following instincts gotten for red team. I'm surprised they didn't have that one, because they lost it on the loop reset one, but I guess they just didn't find an antler until now. That's a nice easy pick-me-up for them. Red does have a couple of easy pick-me-ups, so we'll see if those are impactful for them or not as they get closer to filling out their board.
Yeah.
Just a reminder, it's entirely
these guys are gonna
possible.
lose.
Yeah, I think it's entirely possible for red to win here. Blue team, if they die, lose a tile, lose a bingo or 2, depending on the tile, or lose the negative. Like,
Yeah.
it's definitely possible. And
Can't count out the negative.
even if blue team just plays fine and doesn't get any more tiles, red team still can catch up. They have 30 minutes left to get as many tiles as they can. This is the last loadout, right? We do have 30 minutes left in the whole thing, but we definitely have some possibilities here. Looks like K wants to set up for the AWU skip. They're probably going to do that after teleporter so they don't have the DML missiles just flying all over. There's another band for Sneck there. And a Seed of Life as well. Actually, did they give the saw to the equipment drone? I think they did. Interesting. I would have tried to keep that for an AWU skip.
Yeah, maybe they're. I don't know, did they get rid of the DML?
No, they switched it so that Sneck has it now instead of Confused. I think Sneck is host,
Oh, I
so
see, yeah.
the missiles just work better on him.
I mean, they could both go for it. One person stand on top with Saw, the other
Yeah.
with DML.
Hopefully they remember. I mean, they only have so few tiles left. I think they know what the last few
They
are.
definitely remember if they're like switching around their equipments.
Because we've seen before that, sometimes you have a plan, and sometimes that plan doesn't really get seen through,
Yeah. This TP seems like it's a little bit of a struggle for blue team.
Yeah, already an Elixir lost on Snack, and Confused actually has to get out of Teleporter as well. They do have a Seed of Life, so, one of them can die if they need, but obviously they don't really want that to happen. They'd like to save that.
Murph from TP is pretty good, especially with those ignition tanks earlier.
Mm-hmm. Starting to actually build out a nice build here. Oh,
Although the first ignition tanks didn't take
Yeah.
the Murph.
Yeah, never mind. Interesting. I mean, it's probably better on Confused anyway, though. ATG and Murph starting to do a little bit better, especially on a loop, which is
True.
what I think they're doing. So, oh, and we see Cabbage dying actually, which means that K has to kind of make sure he gets through this entire teleporter sequence. And it's only at 10% right now, so that is not ideal.
Cabbage, I don't think had very many items here, so I'm not surprised to see them die.
Mm.
It's maybe a little bit more manageable sometimes with one person doing this. Definitely more comfortable. Like these guys have a lot of experience in single player.
Yeah, I know.
When you're
Like,
multiplayer, sometimes you're like running into other people's loops.
yeah, like when me and you play multiplayer, we have to like say, okay, run around now. Like, don't go
Yeah.
left, don't go right, fucking sync up with me. Stuff like
Counterclockwise.
that. Yeah. So another Void Cradle for blue team up in the corner. It's just a Wungus, unfortunately, nothing like really cool hidden away. We do have the option for players to go to Void Fields in these runs. I wonder if there's anything that they could get in Void Fields that would be beneficial for this board. Probably
Okay.
not.
Looks like they're going for it right now.
All
for blue
right.
team.
We have Snack in the spot.
at
Is he in the... I think he needs to be a little bit more left. I think he needs to be more on that like
Yeah,
pad.
that's-
I think he's a little bit too far towards the box. I'm kind of worried
No.
here. He needs to be
We'll
towards that
see.
circle. That circle pad, I think. Am I crazy? Oh, they got it. Very good job.
Oh, there we
Maybe
go,
I
there we
was
go.
wrong actually. They were in a pretty good spot
Beautiful.
for it.
I think
And
they
rain
could
check,
have been
done.
right there and it would have worked.
I don't think it
He's
matters, I
chunky.
guess. Just had me scared. Very good job for blue team on that one. Good setup, good
That's another
execution.
window.
That is like textbook execution for AoE skipping, actually, for that way of doing it.
Just one though.
Yeah,
Missing
if
the frog.
they had the frog, that would have
Back.
been a double bingo, but 47 points though.
So now blue team just has Toxic Friend Group, Kill a Scav, and Pet the Frog.
Yeah.
And two of those are loop.
If they get a scav, I wonder what their reset tile is. But if they get a scav right now, on the next stage and reset fast enough, maybe they get to the moon, beat Mythic fast enough if they speedrun. I don't know. Maybe they could try it.
Well, I think they want to go for the Toxic Friend Group one too, though.
Yeah, I would like for them to hold tabs so I could see what the next few stages are on their end. Really just flashing it sometimes.
Yeah, I know.
You get like one frame of board on the screen. You're like, oh, okay.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
There's a gun as well on blue team. Let's see if they can get anything good here. We do have Shatter Spleen available, and that would be a great item for a loop, especially for a commando.
K does have DML here, so he might go for an AoE skip.
It's just a little bit harder to set up here because, like, with blue team, they had, Confused, or they had Snack going around hitting the eggs and stuff.
Uh-huh.
I was like, Kate is setting himself up.
Pretty doable with Commando, though. You just have to...
He's just trying to hit that egg with a grenade. He missed the AWO skip. He was a little bit off with the
Oh,
DML there.
yeah. Unfortunate.
That's tough.
And blue
Well,
team
no-
did loop the teleporter here.
Okay. Blue team's looping. And they're getting another Molten Perforator there, actually. Ah, that's tough, man.
Decent AoE. 26 minutes to do this next loop and hopefully fight Mithrix if they can.
Might be another Murph, is it? Oh, no, sorry. The other worm isn't even dead. I thought that was like, that was the TP boss item. That's just the gun item.
There could be.
Could be another one, though. Triple Murph would be kind of cool. Ah, it's double transmitter. Never mind.
Not bad though. A little bit of safety.
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely right in here. Cabbage has pretty much nothing. And it's pretty much all K right now that has everything. Does have me a bit worried, right? What their plan is.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of seems like they just want K to loop carry with the build and just see how that goes. We'll see. Hoping for a scavenger, hoping for sulfur pools. I did not see sulfur pools in that stage list, so they're gonna have to try to dream for sulfur pools. They're gonna have to go to the blue portal on the stage 2 loop.
They do have enough.
They do have enough.
And they're just instantly leaving. It looks like they've got 25 minutes left.
That's
Which
a good chunk
it
of
is
time.
doable.
I have a feeling though they're gonna end today with one tile missing, is what my intuition is. Well, maybe 2 if they don't get that sulfur pools.
Imagine they miss the frog again.
Dude,
Blow up.
that'd be so painful. We've seen in testing actually that the frog tile has been pretty painful. Just like so many people have messed up on that one, so it's not surprising that it's
Yeah.
one that's kind of stuck. Looks like blue team's just trying to blitz through the stage as fast as they can. They want to just get a scav. They want to try to get to the Dream Portal stage 3. They don't need anything on the stage. Them being here is just a waste of time. They need to actually just start speed running as fast as they can now. Just stay in the TP. They could get some items for sure, but
Yeah. But on loop, it's like you get a lot of money just from killing the TP stuff.
yeah. Just pick up things nearby. One thing that red team
Also-
hasn't gotten yet is the cloak chest, I don't think. So maybe they could start trying to keep an eye out for that as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Really only during TPs though do you have a big chance of seeing them, but
I feel like, is this the first time we've seen this map variant in Risk of Resources? No, we did the loop race like a month ago when we saw this.
yeah. I think we saw this in the last bingo event as well. I'm pretty sure. Someone was here, right? Or am I crazy? Maybe I was thinking of a bingo test. Sorry. I have seen so many bingo events that you guys haven't had the chance to see. All the scrims and testing and stuff we've done for them. It's kind of like they overlap in my head.
Yeah. Bleed together.
All right, blue team's done with teleporting. They're just going to try to go out and get just a few items before they leave this stage. Just trying to collect shit as fast as they can.
There's that guaranteed large chest in the back.
Oh yeah, true. That's something that no one ever talks about because no one ever really loops here. Not in our events anyway, so all these small little knowledge checks. Yeah, look. We saw Sneck get that one right now. And it's a Sonorous Whispers. So now they don't really have to
Sonorous,
leave
okay.
Teleporter anymore. They can probably just get
Another
enough
ignition.
items just doing that.
Yeah.
And they're gone. All right. Try to hit a blue portal here as fast as you can. Get the TP and leave. That is their goal. Look for a scav. See if there is one. But I mean, they could loop again. They could get through the whole map pool
Oh my
another time. They're going quick. They have the opportunity to go to, you know, stage 15, stage 20. They keep this pace
Yeah.
up.
Enemies start getting strong when you do that.
Might be fine, surely. As long as they're looting. Although Confused just did take some damage, lost a transmitter there. Has to go up and get this blue portal, is doing that now. And Snec just has to wait until Confused is done with that before they can start TP.
Red team also doing this TP. I love the spot that Cabbage is in, by the way. You can just stay up here and charge.
Just the small little spot. I hate it because like a parent always teleports to me when I'm just trying to sit up here. Like I feel so like stationary because you can't really move. Good job getting it done though. Blue team has a blue
they-
portal.
They did loop, right? They did. Surely they remembered to hit the prongs this time.
Do you think they'll ever forget again? Well, they definitely have a blue portal here, so regardless.
They're fine.
A nice
They're really
Vand on
unlucky.
Confused there. What'd you say?
I'm not finding a scav yet. Especially in
yeah.
that first run where they also looped and just didn't find one.
Yeah, the thing is, they are, you know, they are going kind of quick, right? Normally when me or you loop, we're kind of looped by like, you know, 50 minutes, an hour, maybe more, right? And so we
Yeah.
have more scavs, but this run has only been going on for half an hour. It's harder to get scavs. They need to go a lot further, I think.
It is.
Well, I mean, I think you have a chance for a scav. It's just it's harder for the game to be willing to spend all their credits on a scav like that at once. Oh, they didn't see that Shrine of Shapian on stage 2 here either, so there is a potential of a death here.
I think they're okay though.
I think they're
Boss is
fine.
dead at least.
They are doing pretty well. Of course, they are fighting beetles right now, so it's hard to gauge, but I think they're fine. Is that a lunar barrel next to the TP there? That might be... Oh, that's a regular lunar barrel.
Yeah.
They do have
Okay.
10 coins between them, though.
I want to know what the loop stages are. There's another
It's
Sirens.
Scorched Acres, Sirens, and I think I saw... Well, I mean, not that the
Okay.
stage 5 matters, but... Alright, crossing your
All
fingers for blue team here. Let's see if they get silver pools. If they do, they get, what, 2 bingos? Yeah. Come on, come on.
Well, like you said, maybe loop again.
Yeah, I mean, they have time to do that.
They have 2 loop tiles and 1
They
Metrics
do!
tile.
They have it!
There we go.
Nice.
Finally. Okay.
It's real. The silver pools is real. So this is in
And they're immediately
theory
leaving.
like one of the easier tiles, but without silver pools, it makes you, you know, there's a lot more. Oh, they were invincible when they spawned in, so they didn't get poisoned. Try another one, guys. There you go.
There
Really
you
good job.
go.
Pop
Well,
the
that breaks
transmitter, though.
transmitter.
Dude, you'd
this
be
far, I guess.
surprised at how much damage those pods do when they explode. It's very, very painful.
Wow.
All right, so
Probably
what
a loop
is
thing?
blue team thinking right now? What are they going for? Scav, right?
Another blue? Hit the newt there, I think.
58 points, by the way.
Wow. What is
Yeah.
the max you can get?
That's a good question. 60 points with the extra 2, and then 15 plus another 10. Well,
Oh,
Yeah. Oh. What, A5?
Snack is dead.
Snake is dead. If they die, if Confused dies right now, they lose a tile. They might actually lose all the points they just picked
Yeah.
up. Just something else.
Be helpful to know which tile, like just as a caster.
Yeah. I'll talk to Sulky about that. Sorry, Sulky.
Wouldn't be a problem if these guys actually press tab. When I was playing, I was generous. I pressed tab a lot.
I mean, with them though, they know what they got, right? They have 2 tiles left. Scav, Frog. And well, honestly, do you think they could go fast enough right now to get to the moon and kill Mithrix fast enough for the Frog?
Hmm.
They'd have to blitz. I don't
They
think
do
it's outside of
anybody-
the realm of possibility, but
they
it's
need to skip. I think
oh, true.
find a base. It's going to be more doable. But if they have to do pillars, that's not going to be good.
No. Well, this is tough.
But we
though.
have seen entire gauntlet runs completed in 15 minutes.
That is true.
Maybe not 15, but
I mean, we've seen them pretty fast, and they've had a lot fewer items than they have now. So, Cabbage
I
used
am
in that Shrine
noticing-
of Shaping.
they are starting to slow down a bit.
They definitely are. I think Confused is a little bit more aware of the situation. He's just like, I don't want to die. Really
Yeah.
don't want to die here. Just got to get Snack
He's
back.
catching up.
Doesn't look like their damage is like that bad though. It's like they're able to kind of wave clear pretty well. So I wouldn't be too concerned. Just got to be a little bit careful. Get your circles up. Don't get hit by some Malachite Blind Pest or something. Cabbage is a little bit low again. I'm kind of worried here. I mean, K is just kind of farming right now, though. Just trying to get money for Investor. Looks like with the Gore's Tome drops.
Mhm.
Oh, those aren't real. Those are gilded drops. Those might count anyway, though.
Man, I don't know. I hope they find a scav next stage. Is it Sirens again?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. That's good for red team if they can make it that far and get another attempt at the AWU.
Man, they're
Snack
down
is
to
typing something.
yeah.
Snack likes to do this, but I can never tell what they're what they're typing out.
Bouncing Twisted Wisp. Oh whoa. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that we read that out loud.
Yeah,
to
13 minutes
chat with
left.
200 people.
They're going into the blue portal here. It looks like they're trying to dodge Sirens, which I think is totally fair. They have extra coins to do it. Oh,
You might-
maybe they're trying to go Grove.
might have
Oh,
more
they got the
sheets.
Forced Sirens Call set up with the Gilded Coasted
Ah.
Sirens. Dude, that shit is so annoying. There's nothing you could do about it. You have to go Sirens. Oh my god. Wow. All right.
Does Gav spawn there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you can go Sirens or you can
Well,
pay
if
for
they-
Sirens.
If they get the scav, all of the tiles will have been completed by somebody at least. But yeah, that is definitely a really tough tile to get.
Well, they do have a Shrine of Shaping again for like the third or fourth stage in a row. They do have a Worm though on the stage, so it kind of makes me think that there's not going to be a Scav here. Credits just aren't being spent like that. Might have a chance next stage. I think. I mean, you're right. They definitely need a vase or something, but If they had a vase, I think they could pull off a frog.
I guess they do know that new host skip.
That is true, but I don't think they
Yeah.
can really make space with that right now. They need like a headset or an egg.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's a scav somewhere? There is a scav! They found it! I was wrong, it was actually here still.
Okay.
They just have to not die to the scav. Oh, and it looks like they're killing it pretty easily, and boom, storage war's done. And that is
Okay.
another 2 bingos for blue team. I think they could do
One
it.
tile left.
They have 69 points. They have 1 tile left, dude. That's crazy. They can get the full 85. They have to go so fast. I don't think they actually. I don't know if they could do it.
It's
Oh,
gonna
and
be
Snack
tough.
just died. Or no, that's Shrine of Shaping.
They
My bad.
have Shrine of Shaping.
They have to go to TP instantly and also get a vase. If they get a vase, I think they can do it. Oh man, dude.
Vase is gonna be really helpful just for getting down that tunnel as well at the end.
Yeah. Oh, that's another Shrine of Shaping use. Like they're just not caring. They're just like, just do as much
Yeah.
damage to the boss as you can. Let's just get out of here.
I don't want to see him break tiles here though.
Oh, and that is Snack down, so it's up to Confused again. Yeah, I don't really want to see him break a tile here either. I don't know what their tile they're gonna break is if they die. If Confused dies here, they lose. I mean, ultimately several bingos, no matter which tile.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a death. And they lose
Right.
Elusive Antler stack. That's pretty good. They could get that
Okay.
back pretty
Yeah.
quick. Do any of them have
Well,
Elusive
so-
Antlers?
Surely one of them must.
No.
Right.
Neither of them have
No,
Elusive
okay.
Antlers. Oh, dude, they
Blue
might
team
not be
has
able to
it.
get it. There's no white multi-shops on Helminth anymore. Dude.
That's true.
No, man. That
If
death,
that's the tile they don't have, is the fucking Elusive Antler one. That is gonna be so sad.
legitimately,
Probably
it
the
might be.
tile on this board. It was like the first one they got. Red team lost it. Got it
Oh
back.
my god. Well, they do have wings here. One of them does. So that's something.
Okay.
Dude, I think that's a tile that they can't guarantee they can get back unless they get a printer next stage or something. Like, they might just find a chest for it, but like,
Like their DPS for Mithrix too, I feel like is just not there.
they need to be in the fight right now or like in a minute.
You do have that already freeze, but like I think it's gonna be tough.
Dude, I'm crying.
Even beating Mithrix in this amount of time.
God damn. If they had just held on in that teleporter. Screen
Oh,
wipe for red team.
Okay. Snack is grabbing opals here. Because I think if you have enough opals, you can go for the skip.
Maybe. Do you have lysates?
They printed 2 there.
28 points for red team. They have 10 minutes. I don't know, man. They could get a few. They could get a. They do have a blue portal here, right? Surely they could get the sulfur pools one. Yeah, and
Mhm.
maybe. Oh, they can't get the bleed one though, can they? Maybe if K
the Borog
locks in.
We'll see what happens here, because I wouldn't be surprised if blue team breaks more tiles. To be honest,
They do have another scav. Look at that.
they broke one last stage with that Shrine of Shaping. It was Sirens, but this
Yeah.
does not look like a tickle party
Oh, wait.
stage either.
The scav bag. It could have the antlers. It doesn't.
Oh, true.
Oh no, that's an overloaded, or not an overloaded worm, a corrupted worm, a void touch worm that just immediately killed Confused. And now Snack has to live. If Snack dies, that's another tile lost.
Yeah.
Dude, they were so close. Also, with how Confused got hit there, that may have counted towards the negative tile of taking fall damage a little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Gotta be careful. Imagine they break the negative tile and lose another tile by dying, and then red team gets like 2 more tiles and it
break
comes
the-
back in the last 5 minutes.
They break the negative tile, they lose so many bingos.
Yeah. They lose 1, 2, 3, and the tile itself. That's a big tile, man. It's a 16-point tile. It would look like blue team was just trying to get a random equipment there, trying to just see if they could get
Yeah.
a face, but
Even if they are at Mithrix right now, I feel like they would
no.
have.
Oh, and they died.
Mm,
And they lost. Squeaky clean. That's not coming back. That's just not.
oh. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, dude. Now they're down to
If you're Blue Team
47.
at this point, I think you should consider just like going up top and waiting it out, because I feel like you're not going to get anything at this point, and the potential for breaking stuff is infinite.
If probably. They could probably go to the next stage and get an antler, probably.
I don't know if they loop though.
Mm. That's a good point. Oh, did
grab
K
a
get
Scorpion.
the Oh,
They're
does
going for the lead
Newt
one.
not an enemy? Maybe Newt doesn't count as an enemy, it's like a neutral class.
Well, they got that one in spirit.
Looks like blue team restarted. Just oh no. Cabbage. They did the same thing that blue team did. They hit the poison pod too early before their iframes went away, and now they. I mean, you know, Cabbage might just die
Cabbage
here.
dies.
Cabbage needs to stay alive, I think, for the tile to
Transmitter.
work. I think you need 2 players to be poisoned, I think. I don't think it's just detecting all of them. I think it's specifically 2. That may or may not be true.
So, Snack and Confused, did they lose something resetting there?
They lost
they got
Squeaky
to do it for free,
Clean,
right?
and then the reset is free because they already lost a tile that stage. And they were going to lose another one, and they just said, hey,
Okay.
we'll just...
I think that they're probably going for Squeaky Clean here.
Squeaky Clean or the Antler, depending on whatever. I don't know.
Good play, actually. I think restarting was the best thing they could have done there, because there's ain't no way they're going to beat Mithrix.
No. Oh, they
Okay,
got
there we
Toxic
go.
Friend Group, but Cabbage did die in the process. But the Sulfur Pool tile, it's been completed for both teams. That does mean, though, that Red does get another shiny bingo. They're up to 34 points.
Ooh.
Yeah, so we know that if Red Team goes the next stage, they will find a scav, right? If they kill the scav, that's going to give them another bingo. That's another 6 points. They'll be up to 40 points. And all they need to do is have K basically just stack 100 bleed on something.
Yeah.
And that might be the scav. And that would give them another bingo.
And if they get the 40 points and blue team loses another tile,
Yeah, especially as they're trying to do this. I actually could see a world where Red Team comes back with the last 5 minutes left. It's kind of crazy that we're in that world right now, but it's definitely possible. K is taking a lot of damage, though. If he dies here, that is pretty bad for them.
for Squeaky Clean, they're going to have to play pretty rough in that stage 2 TP.
Yeah. Oh man,
They're looking for antlers.
red team could do it. Karak is right. If they do get the bleed tile, that's 2 extra bingos. That's an 11 tile or 11 point tile, and then they just get the scavenger, and that's another 6. If they get to next stage, they can get like, oh my god, they can get like 17 points.
If blue just stopped when they were 1 away.
I know. Blue was so close so many times. There's so many different variations of getting that full board clear. This is crazy. Oh, and they get investor, but K dies, and they lose what? They lose drawing in the line, so they have to stay in the teleporters now. I don't know if that's a big one for them or not, actually. Let's go take a look at the board, which is all colored
Anyways,
now.
That's I don't know.
It doesn't look like they needed that one because they weren't really doing Sawtech, right? But it does put them 1 point back.
It does.
Oh man. Oh no, they lost the diagonal. Oh. That
Okay.
lost them a bingo.
Damn. And I think blue team is gonna get squeaky clean here, maybe?
Red team
Yeah, I
has several minutes to find a scav. 2 minutes.
I think there should be one on this stage.
Should be. Could be. They took a lot longer to get here though, so it might be different pools. Might be underground. They could get AWU skip.
Oh,
There's
that's true.
options. Did not get AWU skip there. K did try. Oh, K is going to get the bleed one on AWU. Good call. Huge call, actually.
Yeah.
All he has to do is just have AWU not die. Keep stacking the bleed. Did he drop the bleed stack?
He might have.
I can't tell. He did.
I think he did.
He has to start from the
He can
beginning
still
again.
get it. He can still do
Dude.
it.
Keep holding M1K.
Okay, I think blue just got squeaky clean here.
They did. Oh man. Okay, that's really hard to catch up to them then.
They
They're back up to
Okay.
58.
they get an antler in time.
And stack overflow for red team though.
Yeah.
It sucks that there was
They don't
no
have enough
scav
time.
for them here because they took a different amount of time to get to the stage. And blue team is done. They are out of time.
Was there not a scav there for them?
No, it took too long.
Interesting. I would have thought that made it more likely to see one.
I think it spent the credits on another Vagrant and some like overloading elders and stuff, unfortunately. Man, that looks to be GG. Let's bring in let's bring in blue team and congratulate them. Hello, blue team.
Hello.
You guys were so close. So close, guys.
Yeah, it was so close. The one mistake.
That frog. You guys are actually in testing and everything, the closest I've seen to anyone clearing the board though. You guys are 1 away
Let's go.
and you had the opportunity, but it was there.
Yeah, it was gonna happen, but like this stage, so many things went wrong. I printed speed on stage 3 because I'm the only person alive and I want to live, and it took my antlers. That wasn't a problem at the time.
Yeah.
But the next stage, like, I'm like, oh, I don't have
Blazing
antlers
Elder
anymore.
Horde!
and then it took antlers,
Yeah.
and
And then
we could have
trying to
got to
dream for
I don't know,
not
man.
sirens, and
Yeah.
it just
Yeah.
didn't want to do that.
And it was
And then
that's pretty red
we
team.
almost lost another, but I got the restart in time.
You're
red
missing
team.
the boss skip. Yeah.
Missing the boss skip was that would have helped for sure.
It's RNG. What do you want you to do?
What's an
Sure.
RNG?
We didn't got it.
Man,
Yeah,
it
I
wasn't.
gotta learn
It just
the-
didn't work.
You get
Spot.
Sailstar and you hit that equipment barrel and you get both
you-
what you need. You get the saw and the ML for the skip.
If your teammate
we
was
never
alive,
found
it
any
might have been
stuff.
easier.
Zero saw.
It was one
Yeah,
stage
Sailstar
one.
on stage 1.
Yeah.
Sailstar.
Yeah, I hit that equipment first thing. What? I don't have a save before I hit that equipment.
silly.
What do you mean?
Tough.
This
I
guy
literally
Really?
said, surely the script says I get a saw and a DML, and it gave me exactly what I wanted.
That's insane, man.
That's funny.
Escape, exactly.
That was very awesome at the end. So what happened at the end? Blue team had 1 tile away from a full board, and they ended up losing about 2. And if you guys on red team had gotten the bleed tile and I think gotten the scav, I think at the time, you guys would have actually caught
Mhm.
up and bypassed them.
Yeah, but it just didn't spawn a scav.
Then you guys
Oh,
lost
you
the TP tile. So
Yeah, about that actually. Let's not talk about that.
uh,
Scav was, Scav
did
was
we.
actually just RNG.
How do we get a scav? Should we have like hit combat shrines? Does that spawn a scav?
Yeah, it can.
Okay.
Wait,
We didn't get ours. We just got like 3 natural spawns on the looped run.
Yeah, it's RNG diff.
The first run?
Yeah.
No, not
Oh,
first
no.
run. We did loop, but we didn't get a scab that run.
Yeah, we
Crazy
didn't get
RNG
a
diff.
third run.
No, unfortunate. I trolled. GG.
really good
Probably.
job, everyone, today. That was big. You guys both
Yeah.
pretty much filled up most of the board, almost
Yeah.
entirely. So
You got all
Excellent.
the tiles between both
Yeah, I mean,
teams.
True, we did get
if
every
you look at the
tile.
board, I mean, it's all colored, so awesome.
None of us
Okay,
purple
Race, you
negative.
need to make harder tiles. Like,
True.
in practice, we had we had everything but 2 tiles after 2 runs.
Okay. Well, when you guys get a full board, I'll make sure to make it extra hard for you, all right?
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
In the meantime, though, that's Bingo. Thanks, guys, for watching. I appreciate it. Bingo was awesome today. If you guys want to check out the YouTube, you can see more of our stuff on there, some edited races and stuff like that. You can join Discord, and that's when you're going to find out when the next loadout race or bingo is going to be. I'll notify you at least a day or 2 beforehand. I don't know how long we're going to be able to keep up having 2 events a week or something. It may not even happen that often, but it happened this week, and I hope you guys enjoyed the extra content. If you guys also want to apply to be a racer or anything like that, you can go to riskofresources.com/apply. There's a lot of other links I'll throw in chat for some other stuff, but GG to all of you guys for playing today. I appreciate it. And we'll see you guys next week for another event.